Welcome to Sistah Speak The Last of Us, where we discuss the HBO Max original series The Last of Us from a sister's point of view. I am Sister Elle.
I'm Sister J.
I'm Sister A.
And I am Sister K, and welcome to episode number 12. Let's get started.
I'm still trying to figure out what that delay
That was
is.
a long ass delay.
Well, I was trying not to damn choke on the thing. I was trying to get my cough out before.
Oh my.
Oh, okay.
Dang, y'all can't just let nothing go. Okay, y'all, before we get into episode 3 of season 2 of Last of Us called The Path, the aftermath of Joel. Anyway, we are going to talk about what we are lipping, sipping, and swagging with today.
I will go ahead and kick us off. I'll start off with my swag. I have on my Soul Sisters bangle.
Yay!
I have on my Sister Speak Productions bucket hat.
Oh yeah.
Very cute.
Yes.
I love the lining.
It's raining here, so it was perfect for today. And then on my lippy, I started off with Palmer's Cocoa Butter Lip Butter.
Ooh.
It is in dark chocolate and peppermint.
Oh, wow.
Does it
And
have
actually-
a color?
No,
Okay.
No. And it actually does smell like dark chocolate and peppermint.
Ooh,
Oh, I'm going to have to get some of that.
okay.
Very, very moisturizing. And then I also have on Liquid Catsuit Wet n Wild. It's the Video Vixen, which I think
Nice.
Yeah.
I know Sister A, I think, has this
I
one.
do have that.
Mhm.
Dot. Very,
That
very
looks
dot.
good on
It
you,
looks
though.
great.
Very
Thank
good.
Because you
you.
normally don't wear dark like that, but
Mhm.
that
Normally
looks
don't wear dark.
good.
But I'm
I
in
know
mourning.
As soon as I got on, I said, "Oh, I like that color on you today."
Thank you.
Very nice.
But yes,
Did you hear what she
I'm
said?
in mourning for Joel.
She said morning.
Oh,
why she put the dark.
morning.
So I put the dark on. I
Oh,
wish I had a
Lord.
veil, a black veil.
Poor
Yeah,
thing.
we should have a veil.
Oh, Lord.
The
I
church
know.
hat.
Yes.
That's what we need next. Sister Speak Veils.
We do, because so many of our characters die off or get
Okay.
killed.
Very true.
We do. Okay. And then for my drink, I have my OG Yeti
That's
Ooh,
beautiful
nice.
blue.
with, my favorite color, navy blue, with my name on the back. And inside, I am not feeling well. I am drinking a hot toddy. So I've got a gang of tea in here. I have like 4 tea bags.
Oh
Oh,
gosh.
I have jasmine citrus, chamomile, ginseng, ginger,
Ooh.
and I can't remember what the fourth one. Oh,
Wow.
just green tea
Mhm.
with some raw honey and
Mhm.
liquor.
You got the capsule
Brown
there?
liquor.
That's right, but you gotta have
that's
it.
strong.
You gotta have it for a toddy. I'm telling you.
I need it.
When
Oh,
I was
wow.
a kid, my parents used to give us a spoonful of honey, and then they'd put the it's probably scotch or bourbon in it. It would
Mhm.
burn on down, but I tell you what, you was better the next day.
Yeah. And I dropped in Ricola.
Yeah.
Wow.
I love the Ricola.
Me
That's a
too.
potion.
This one is the honey and echinacea flavor.
Nice.
Okay.
So I dropped that in there too.
You know,
Hopefully that
I
helps.
read that like long time ago, and when I have a cold, I do that, and it really does help with your
It
tea.
does. It
really
really
helps.
does.
Mhm.
hmm And then it is sitting upon a coaster that I'm going to kindly ask Sister A to cover her eyes.
Okay.
Oh, yes.
This is a coaster crocheted by Sister J.
It was so fun to
Why you
make.
got
It
that
was
one
so
today?
Cute.
fun.
So
It was
cute.
so fun to make.
Don't look.
Don't look yet. Don't look yet.
Let me know.
Okay.
And the
But
googly
yes,
eyes were so
fun.
cute.
The googly eyes, these, because yeah.
Very
Yeah.
cute.
And
Okay, you
that's
can
it
look.
for
It's safe.
me. You
You
can
can
look.
look that.
You're good.
It's the one you gave away, Sister A.
Yes.
She
'Cause
knows
I-
which one.
Yeah,
I
I
know.
didn't know she didn't like it at the time, so
That's
Yeah.
okay.
I would have made you something else.
I passed it on.
Okay, for me, let's see. I'll start with my bling. Oh, I forgot my necklace today, but through a kind of like mistake, but not really. I was looking for something. I got my soul sister bracelet on today. I
Whoa.
found this sucker.
You found it.
I found it when I was looking for something else. I thought, how did it get in there? I would have never looked there, but anyway. So I have that on today. For my hydration, I have my beautiful big red
Ooh.
for the blood. Yeti, thank you, little D. She
Not
gave
for
me
the
this for
blood.
Christmas. Yeah.
Blood.
Oh, I'm parched. In here, I have some nice cold cherry Pepsi. Ooh.
Nice.
It's so good. It's so refreshing. From Olympia, I got a new one today. This is NYX Lingerie.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
And this one, look at that.
Mm-hmm.
This one
Oh,
is
yeah.
called Hot Carmelo.
Oh, very
Ooh.
nice.
I
And
need
you know
that
what?
one.
Look at this applicator. You guys, one swipe did the top and the bottom. One.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. I mean, this is going to last me forever.
The
And
NYX lingeries are
I
my
love it.
absolute favorite. I love
and it's really
those.
moist. I mean, you can tell that it's semi-matte, but your lips don't feel dry. I don't have anything underneath it, so it's really great. And of course, my Avon Glimmer Sticks lip liner in chocolate. And for you, those of y'all that don't know, they do that because I enunciate, which is what you do. That's it for me.
You enunciate extra.
You do. And you have a
Yep.
Sister Speak cap on today?
Right.
Oh, yes, I forgot that.
And what about your shirt? What you got
I
going
forgot
on there?
And your shirt.
I forgot my
Swag.
other bling because, okay, there's a reason for this. I got my Dracarys
Ooh,
shirt on
nice.
because I want to burn some motherfuckers in this episode.
I knew it.
And my
Oh,
hat,
yeah.
so I could be halfway incognito. They can't recognize my face. And that's it for me.
All right, let me hop in here. For my drinks today, I have, of course, my favorite Sister Speak Yeti,
Yes.
pink beer stein full of some nice cold ice waters. And I've got that sitting upon my Texas-sized coaster, thank you,
Yeah.
Jay.
Yep.
For my lippy today, I have started off with my MAC Prep and Prime.
Ooh.
Hey, could you bring your mic closer?
How's that?
Oh,
Yep.
that's way better.
Okay.
Way better.
Sorry about that.
Sounds very SASMR-y.
Uh-huh.
Oh,
It was.
Wait a minute. What?
ASMR-ish.
And next,
You did.
I
You have to like click it.
I've got my MAC Locked Kiss
Ooh.
lipstick today this is like a
I
rockin'.
love that container.
Me too. It's fabulous.
Wow.
Yes.
It's pretty.
Which one do you
And
have?
this color is called Vixen.
Ooh.
Oh.
Yeah.
Now that looks good.
We're
It's
both
nice.
on a Vixen kick tonight.
Indeed, video Vixen over there.
Yes.
Is it
Uh,
moist?
It's not moist. It goes on very nice, but I feel like
Okay.
I'm
Dries
gonna
out
need
a
a
little
little
bit.
something. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So, but I'm hanging in there for now.
Okay, so stay with the expensive lips today.
I know, because Mac is expensive.
Only got this because a friend of mine gave me a gift certificate. And you know who you are. Thank you so much. Otherwise, I'd still be on the Wet and Wild kit. This is way out of my price range. For my blings and swags today, I too have my Sister Speak Soul Sister bracelet on. Thank you, Sister LM. I've got on my silver A today. I've got some camo You know, because we're
Yes.
off on some adventures
That's
here.
right.
And that's it for me.
You'll be blended into them woods.
Yes, I hope so.
Yes.
Yes.
So we all with your white in the snow.
Yeah.
Yes. In the snow, blend in the snow.
But it's springtime now.
That's
Not
true.
here.
That's true. That's
Not in
true.
the D.
I
Well, not
forgot
in
it's
the
Yes.
big D.
Yeah,
but,
not way up North D.
but
Not
it's
here.
spring on the show anyway.
on the show. You're right.
Yeah,
forgot
that is
that.
true. You're
Yeah.
right. That's okay. I can burn some motherfuckers.
There you go.
You're prepared.
Okay, I will go next. I have my beautiful rose gold soul sister bracelet. Thank you, Sister LM. My permanent swag underneath. And I
Mhm.
didn't wear anything else because I was rushing. For my hydration, I have my beautiful Sister's Pink Pike beer shine with my Sister K name on it. And I have some Sprite with a little bit of peach flavoring in it.
Oh, yeah.
And that's sitting
Ooh.
upon my little Grogu coaster.
Oh, yeah, that's really cute.
So cute.
Thank you, Sister A.
What
I
kind of
haven't
peach flavor? Oh, sorry.
Oh, go ahead.
What kind of peach flavor? Is it drops? Is it powder? Is it?
No, it's like grenadine-ish.
Oh.
It's a liquid syrup, like a peach syrup.
Okay.
Mm.
You know what? I forget you can do that with like Sprite and 7-Up and stuff. It
Yeah,
makes
change
it
the flavor
give it
a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah. Oh, because for some reason, my orange pineapple juice that I use for my hurricanes,
Mm-hmm.
it's not in the stores anymore.
What?
Lord have mercy.
Right. All of a
Damn.
sudden you can't find it. And I gave up like juices for Lent but it's over. And now you can't find it nowhere.
Ah.
The one I drink anyway. The one I drink.
Hmm.
Huh.
So
The
I'm
hell?
like, well, I'll just, and I had 2 little bottles of the peach syrup stuff. So I'm like, well, I'll use it in the Sprite. And it's
There you
tasty.
go.
Okay.
Anyway, for my lippy, I went dark because I'm in mourning also. And this is my MAC Lustra Grass lipstick in the color of Succumb to Plum.
Ooh.
Whoa, that is dark.
Nice.
I like that one.
Wow.
I love the name.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a dark purple.
Yes. Very
That
nice.
is nice,
kinda-
though.
Clashing with my bright purple shirt, but that's all right.
No, it's not.
Purple and
No.
purple. That
bit.
works.
Yeah, it looks
Right.
good.
Clash. I should have worn my other purple, but I wanted
Shades
to
of
be darker
purple.
today. Dark.
Jack.
For our morning of Joel.
Yes.
And that's it
Yeah.
for me.
You know,
So we can go ahead.
I didn't wear nothing dark for the morning. I wore bright fire stuff so I could burn some motherfuckers up.
Yeah, you
want the
came ready to fight.
revenge. Justice.
Ooh.
Yep. Okay,
All
so we
right.
can get into this episode, The Path.
Yes.
You know what? I was really surprised. Let me tell you what I was surprised about from the very beginning. I was surprised that all them creature bodies was still laying there in the street. You know what I mean? I thought they would have, because we talked about that the last episode. Would they like burn them all up or,
Right.
But they were still laying there in the street. And I thought, okay,
And it's been a while.
yeah.
It's been
Well,
3 months.
I
So
think
I
at
understand.
first,
At
think
remember,
so.
we
At
saw
first it
his
was
brother
new.
with his body, so
I think
no
it was
time really had
brand new.
passed.
Yeah.
Right. So it was that same day
Yeah.
no, it was
Probably
the next day. No. It was the
Yeah.
next day because when we last saw Ellie and that dude on the horse,
Jesse.
Jesse. It was daytime. So when we
Yeah.
first see him with the body, it's dark outside
Yeah.
or kind of light, a little bit light outside.
Then it was like yada 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 3 months later.
Right. Then it was 3 months later.
Yeah.
But I don't know why. I just
Well,
thought that
I mean, you
they
thought
would
that
have
the people
gathered
they
them.
had left that weren't hurt was going to be able to gather all them thousands of damn bodies and move it somewhere.
I
that
didn't
quick?
think about it
That
that
quick,
way,
yeah, no.
but I was
No.
I was just surprised that all them bodies were just laying there though.
What? Well,
that they
Just the
weren't burnt up.
aftermath.
I
Yeah,
don't know why you were surprised because nobody else was there
I
to pick it
was.
up. But I would not have wanted to be on that detail.
No.
Oh,
I'd
And
have been like, you
then-
know
that
what? I will be cooking for y'all or something.
And then
Bring
all
y'all
them
anything
water.
but.
right, and then all them people in their little quote infirmary type thing. Well, hell, they getting medical treatment stuff. They was bit. Ain't you gonna kill them?
Well, not
That's
all of
what
them
I
were
thought.
bit.
Not all of
Were
them.
bit.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
Then what was their injuries?
Probably
It could be anything.
scratched
They could
up.
have fell. It could have
Yeah.
been
Twist an
scratched.
ankle,
bruised.
broke
Even if they
an
were
arm.
scratched up,
broken bones.
They
Yeah.
would have been
Yeah.
scratched by the clickers. So you know.
Concussions.
But I don't think
They could
scratches
have been
do it. You have
scratched
to
or
bite.
fallen just trying to get away.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Shit
I
was
thought
on
about that.
fire.
Yes.
I mean, there was a lot going on. And I'm pretty
Mhm.
sure they didn't show it specifically, but I'm pretty sure some people got shot on accident. Because there's a
Yeah,
lot of
that's
freaking
probably
shooting
true.
going on.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
that's
remember
probably-
we mentioned that last week. Like,
Yeah.
we know a couple of them had good aim, but not everybody.
Yeah, how do you know who you're
Okay.
Yeah,
shooting?
that's a good
Right.
point. That's a
Right.
good point.
Yeah.
And then when they
Okay.
started going up on the rooftops and they
Yeah.
turned and tried to shoot the rooftop things, I'm sure
Yeah.
somebody got hit.
Definitely.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Because they
I
didn't
mean,
all
why are you
look
trying
creepy
to
crazy.
analyze
Yeah.
all the shit going on, Jay?
Yes,
It's
Jay.
chaos.
Yes.
They're trying to show it's chaos because they had our big city and they have a lot of damn people that was involved with the fighting, and a lot of them people
I
is
just
now
thought,
jacked
okay,
up.
all these injured people, I could see Ellie because she was kicked and stuff, so she probably had broken ribs and some stuff. But the first thing I thought was, well, wait a minute, if they bleed and got bit, because some of them had like some blood bandages and stuff. Well, how come they up in there? Won't they be turning? That's what I thought.
Yeah.
So anyway,
Well, I'm pretty sure.
Well,
and
hopefully
hopeful that
they're inspecting too.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah,
they must
let's
be.
hope so.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't think anybody who's been really bit would be in the hospital.
No.
They would have already taken care of them somewhere else.
If
in a
someone else
pile.
knew, if they told
Yeah.
someone.
Right. But I mean, when they're getting examined in the hospital, they're going to be
Right.
checking.
Yes.
Yeah.
They're going to
Yes.
be like, okay, let me.
and then
Look
this
under
is
them
another
clothes.
thing. This is another thing. So when you die from one of them clickers, you don't become a clicker.
If you get ate up, you mean?
No. If you get bitten stuff and you die,
Oh, I
Okay.
think you become one.
okay, because that was confusing to me too, because
Isn't that why
I think
it's
if
so
you're-
many?
Dead,
Yeah.
you're dead. But if you get bit and live, you become one, right?
I think that's it. If they
Okay.
kill you,
You're
Okay.
dead.
I think you're dead. But if you
dead.
get bit and
Yeah,
survive
dead.
and that thing can grow in you,
Yeah.
Then
because
that's
I
when
know
you
like in The
turn.
Walking
Right.
Dead,
Okay.
it was kind of the same thing. Like they would eat you and you wouldn't come back if you was dead.
No.
So it's a dead
You
and it's
got
a
your
dead dead.
brain. I don't know.
Yeah, it's
Or
a dead and a dead
bit.
dead.
That's the
and
part
a
of the zombie stuff you gotta kind of
change.
let go because
Okay.
in some cases, like, okay, case in point, when we were doing Walking Dead, we used to have this debate on if a zombie, like there was a scene where there was a woman that got bit and basically ate. And when they came back to the spot, there was nothing left but a few pieces of hair. And I'm like, how the hell did that sucker eat her whole? There's no way. And then there's other people that get killed
Nasty.
and ate, and they don't come back. So there's got to be a way, like if you die while they're getting you, before it could get in your bloodstream and move around, I think that you just die. But if
Yeah.
you kind
Well,
of
but
stay
that's the
alive a
legend
little
of the
bit-
Walking Dead. I'm talking about this one, the last
Well,
of
that's
us.
what I'm saying. There's different
Levels.
schools of thought, I think, about how that works. Because what was that other movie where if you weren't shot in the head, you would come back no matter what. You could die, just normal die, like heart attack, break a neck, fall, something, And if you didn't get shot in the head, you would come back because it was in your
That
body.
was World War Z, wasn't it?
So
they
I
had
don't
shoot
think
him
it
in
was
the
that
head.
one.
Oh,
So I don't know what this one is. I don't know if it's the same.
because I wondered that too. I thought,
All I know is they
Okay.
need to be checking everybody
Yes.
Yes.
that's
Exactly.
still walking and
Yes.
breathing
Yes.
in the hospital or not. Before we clear you and you gonna get you a wristband or something, we need to check you. We need a checkpoint.
Really?
Yeah, for sure.
Real.
Can't be fucking
I
around.
don't think everybody would be honest
Right.
Yeah.
No.
because they'd be scared of getting killed.
Right.
Anyway, so we're in the hospital and we see Ellie is like out.
Yeah, she's
Got a
all
tube in her
bandaged up.
side.
And, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, because, I'm sure she had to have blood loss and stuff. And plus, she already had that one wound. Remember
Yeah.
that she, so it,
Disguised.
and he's kicking her in the
right.
side. So I bet it ruptured.
Like
So,
her lung collapsed or something.
yeah, probably. Because,
Yeah.
I mean, that dude kicked her several times. And
Yeah.
then on his way out, he kicked her last time.
I'm glad
yeah.
that she
got to shoot him.
cut it because they would have seen it as a bite if she.
I
wouldn't have
know
cut
they
it.
would have. Yep.
Well, that's why she did that. Yeah.
Right.
And then she has that new tattoo over her other part.
Yeah.
And stuff. So
Mm-hmm.
that saved her while she was in the hospital. I'm
Tricky.
sure.
Smart.
Yeah. Yeah. Now that's smart. Yeah.
But she wakes up abruptly with the, final blow with Joel. And of course, they're trying to calm her down. They have to re-drug her ass to keep her calm.
The scream.
Oh my
She
gosh.
scrimped.
She scrimped.
He scrumpted it.
She released.
I love that. I love that.
Scrumped.
Oh, it was heartbreaking.
Yes. Oh.
So
That's
sad.
because in her mind's eye, she was there again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She deserves an
reliving it.
award. She really does.
Oh, I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
But a lot of people, especially in the TV app, complain about her and that she's not a good actress.
Really?
What?
Oh no.
Yes.
I don't think so.
I think she is.
Yeah, I think
acting
she's
her
very
ass
good.
off.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I do too.
I don't think she
Wow.
deserves an Academy Award or nothing, but I mean, she's good in the role that she's playing.
Well, it won't be an Academy Award because it's a TV
Well, an Emmy.
show. An Emmy.
No, she ain't that good.
Well,
She's
anyway,
good.
so she, wakes up. Now it's 3 months later.
Yeah.
They're rebuilding. All them things is gone, Jay.
Yeah, they all gone now. Everything clean.
They took them
Everything
out.
Clint.
And whoever was going to turn done been turned.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so don't worry about that part. And they're trying to rebuild. And we skipped the whole scene of the ladies cleaning the lady cleaning the bodies.
Oh, yeah.
And then she was cleaning Joel, and you could see she was getting kind of verklempt
Yeah.
before Tommy came in,
Yeah.
and then he took over.
Mm-hmm.
That was a sad scene.
Yeah.
It
well,
was.
Yeah. But yeah, it was meant to be sad too.
And then when they panned the camera out, and you saw all the other bodies in there.
Yeah.
So he wasn't the only one, but
No.
yeah. But anyway, so we go back. They're getting, they're trying to rebuild. Tommy's trying to hammer in these posts, and you can see him kind of be like, "Ooh, like my back." So Jesse, little young buck Jesse's like, "Oh, I can do it for you."
Mm-hmm.
He's just like, wham, wham. It's going.
Sad old man.
So that was interesting to see. But I think that was kind of good because you know how Ellie had said last episode, they all know at some point he's going to take over the town.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was like a
She
kind
did
of
say
Yeah.
passage, not quite passing the torch, but
Yeah.
you can see where they're kind of grooming him to do that, be the leader,
Yeah.
help build stuff. But then we get the hospital scene of Ellie hoping and praying to get out. Because she'd been in there for 3, they had her in there for 3. Now, you know
Yeah.
her little fast tail is going crazy.
I'm
Stuck in
surprised
the
she hasn't tried to
hospital
escape a few
Right, me
for
times.
too.
3 whole months.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she does what Ellie does. She's like, "Oh yeah, I'm ready to go." Oh, whoa, hold up.
Well,
You gotta talk
think
to
about
somebody
it though. Think about it though. If they drugged her up every time she had an episode where she remembered, then yeah, she probably wasn't even lucid until the first 30 days was over. And then the
She had to
second
heal.
30 days, she's probably, I don't know how long it takes your ribs and stuff to heal, but I'm sure it's like a broken arm or something, about 6 weeks. So that's we into the second month. So she probably has already decided or mentally, okay, wait. Now, I'm going to have to get a grip, at least pretend or something, because they're going to keep drugging me up because she's smart. They're going to keep drugging me up every time I have an episode. So, so she was supposed to. So to me, 3 months was pretty good because she was injured. I mean, them kicks, y'all.
I get it, but I don't think she wanted to be in there that long.
Oh, no.
No.
Well, of course not. But I mean,
Like I
you have to give
coalesce
it
at the
time.
house. Y'all can just come visit me every other day or something.
And believe me, the only reason they wasn't letting her go is because of the. To me, that scene showed was because of the mental trauma as well as the physical.
Yeah.
They had enough people in there to keep her ass in there if they wanted her to stay in the hospital. She wasn't getting out unless that drunk psychiatrist woman said you can get out.
Yeah.
I don't know her character's name.
I like her though. I like her.
I don't know, but she's one of my
Gail.
favorite characters.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
me
like
too.
her though because
Gail.
she's for real.
Yes.
Gail.
Thank you.
Because
Yeah.
she's for real. She's like, yeah, well, whatever.
Yeah.
Mhm.
She's
But she
obviously got
does
her own
say-
All the
problems.
bullshit.
Right.
Yep.
But she does say stuff that gets them to thinking though. And she is intuitive. She does tell them what's what. So, but she is a drunk though.
It don't matter if she's drunk. She's still good, and she can see straight
Yes.
through Ellie's bullshit.
Sure
Yeah.
Of
can.
course, we can off. Ellie's just like too cheerful. You're like, wait a minute,
Yep.
girl. You done went too far over.
I know.
It's too obvious.
Plan it up too
that-
much.
Telling her what she wants to hear.
Exactly. But that whole performance was like way over the top.
Yeah, that was
Way
funny. Yeah.
over. Like, oh yes, I know I'm gonna have some issues.
Mhm.
I know I feel a little guilty because I didn't. I talked to him ugly before he died.
Yeah.
And all that. She was.
I thought it was
She was
interesting
like
though.
heading off every single thing that Gail would say about how is she feeling.
But I thought it was interesting though that Gail was still trying to find out what did Joel do.
Yes, she was.
He was still trying to
He did
find
bring that up.
out.
Mm-hmm.
Like, why was y'all estranged in the first place? What did he do?
Yeah.
And she said basically the same thing. He saved me lots of times.
No.
No,
But
Gail is
he
the
wronged
one.
her.
Gail said
Gail is
Yeah.
the one who told her.
Yes.
that he
He
told her
said-
that he wronged her
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
his last session.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
and Ellie's like, I don't know what that means.
Mm-hmm.
She said, well,
Yeah,
he said
that's
that
true.
he saved you. She's like, okay, when? He saved me a whole bunch of times cross country.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
She still
I'm
does
glad
not
she realizes
know.
it now.
Yeah, she does. She realizes it now. Yeah, she does.
You think she does? Because they don't
Yeah.
ever really
Well, she did say, yeah,
that.
he did
Because-
save me a few times.
But I don't think she knows the reason her and Joel were estranged had nothing to do with him lying to her about the fireflies. Because she
No.
still doesn't know nothing about that.
Mm-mm.
So Gail doesn't know any of that. So
Yeah,
and
she
Ellie is
doesn't.
like, I don't know what time you're talking about. I don't know what it would be that he's talking about. I don't think it's gonna be till she gets to them damn fireflies, and I'm sure somebody gonna be talking and she's
And
gonna
learns why
realize.
him.
Maybe then.
Because Dina
But she,
was knocked out already when they started doing all that talking.
she
Yeah.
gonna still kill him though.
Oh well, hell,
Oh,
of
yeah.
course.
Yeah.
She gonna still kill all of them.
Mm-hmm.
But she's not gonna know Joe lied to her until later.
Yeah.
I don't think.
But did
Yeah,
you notice
probably.
that she lied to Gail when Gail asked her, was that your last conversation with him when you were at the dance?
Mm-hmm.
And she said, well, I went home. When I went home, he was on the porch, but we didn't speak.
Mm-hmm.
So technically that was the last time we spoke, but that was a lie. They did speak.
When?
That might have been a spoiler. Sorry.
Oh, Em, what are you doing?
What do you mean they spoke?
No, we didn't see any speaking. Maybe we'll see a flashback later, I guess.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay,
I didn't see a.
Anyway, Ellie is out, and so she goes to the house. There's all these flowers up on the fence, and that was nice.
A little
Yes.
memorial of people bringing stuff.
Yeah.
And rather than going to the garage, she went in the house, which I thought was interesting.
Yes.
Well, yeah, because he's gone.
Yeah.
So as she's walking through and seeing all his stuff, she ends up in his closet and cries over one of his shirts.
Well, first she opens up the box of his belongings that obviously Tommy has put on the bed. You know,
His watch.
Once they get the body ready for burial, then of course his watch and his gun and his last clothes, they was there.
Yeah.
Yeah, but she didn't get
would've
choked
taken
up
that gun
till she
too.
went
Into
his
The
closet.
closet.
Yeah,
That was sad.
and his jacket was hanging up.
Yeah. She was crying for real.
Yeah. Yeah. She
That's what
finally
actors
had some
do.
tears.
No, like the actress, she said those were real tears. Like she was actually emotional.
Oh.
Those are real.
That's what actors do. They draw
what I'm
into
saying.
they draw on
Jay,
something.
but she
in
was
their
talking about.
past.
That's what
She
I'm
was
saying.
really
I'm saying she
crying for
really
the
was
loss
crying
of working
because
with Pedro.
Pedro was not
IRL.
working with her anymore.
Right.
IRL.
So she really was sad that he wasn't going to be with her anymore and like on the show with her anymore. Those are real tears. Yeah.
Well, in Ellie world, they should have been real tears too, because she was a butthole to him. So yeah, I didn't. I said, "Come on." Next scene.
Hey, let it
Anyway,
go. Let
there's
it
a
go.
knock on the door.
Yeah, there's a knock on the door. Get on to that.
And it's
Her
Dina.
friend Dina, yeah.
I was like, damn, give the girl 30
I know
minutes.
she just got out
be
the
home.
hospital.
Knocking.
She
home
didn't know.
for a
She
minute.
didn't know. She didn't know how long she was home.
Well, she should have. She was at the hospital every day. That's what she said.
I was like, give her a minute, y'all. Whoever.
That's
it
the
is.
same
And
thing
then-
I thought, though. I thought, well, damn, she ain't even been in there 30 minutes.
I didn't think that. I thought she went to the hospital. Oh, she's not here today. She's back home. So she went to the house. I thought that was normal.
That is normal, but it was quick. Like
It was quick
We
for-
just sent her
for
home.
us,
I might have said, "Oh, let me give her a good hour
Yeah.
to go home, take a bath, change her
something.
goods, whatever."
Well, she didn't know how long because she asked Ellie, how long have you been home? She didn't know she just got there.
I'm just saying that's what my first thought
Yeah.
was.
Y'all
when I
are
heard the
odd.
knock on the door.
Give her a second.
Ooh,
Let her breathe for a minute.
please.
This was a cute scene. I like this scene.
Yes.
Because she came with some cookies,
Mm-hmm.
and Ellie's looking at her like, "What the cookie for?" It's like, well, she's gonna be mad at me in a minute, so this is a piece.
Yeah.
That was
I
good.
thought that was pretty good.
That was cute. Yeah. So she tells her, when you were asking me all them questions back when, you first woke up in the hospital, well, I lied. I did hear their names. I do know who they are. I do know where they're from.
Where they're going. Yes.
Yeah. And she's like, and I really wanted to tell you, but Tommy said we shouldn't because we don't want to agitate you, which was true. She was already agitated.
Yeah.
They knew that she would try to get up out the damn
Right
hospital
away.
bed
Yep.
and go. So they did the right thing by not telling her nothing.
And
Heal up.
Dina, with her little smart self, also said, and I was thinking, let's let them get to where they're going before we go after them.
That is
Let
Now
smart.
them
that
make
was
it
smart
home
though.
Yeah.
and feel comfortable before we
When she
get
said
there.
that, I thought, oh, okay. So
Yeah.
Dina's thinking. She had
Got away with it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I like when
I was
she
like,
said,
okay, I like that.
right, but I like when she told Ellie, she said, well, but I loved him too. Like, he was like a dad to me too.
Yes.
So
And
that
she
She was
wants
already
revenge,
ready.
too.
Like she already was like, okay, so I've researched them. I remember the backpack. I remember hearing WLS.
and I mean, she drew that
She
thing
done researched it.
good.
She
Yes.
did.
It
I know
looked just
all their
like the
names.
logo.
Yes,
I know their names. I don't know what the two girls. I don't know which is which, but one of them's this one, one of them's that one. And Ellie's
Yep.
like, "What the other one name? The braid girl." Her name.
Right.
Yes.
She said Abby. She's like,
So that lets you
Her
know
brain's
that
like,
even though,
Abby.
but that lets you know that even though Dina was halfway frostbit, and of course scared when they, the guy had a gun to her, so she was looking at them all.
She was clocking it.
Yeah, she was clocking everything.
Yeah. Before they
see?
knocked her out.
Before they knocked her out.
Yeah.
Drugged her.
Mm-hmm.
And you better believe when she catch up with him, the chick who gave her the shot, she's gonna be begging. But I
Yep.
didn't want them to kill you.
Yep.
Nothing. I just wanted to put you to sleep.
Mm-hmm.
Pop.
Yeah, pop in the head.
Anyway,
Dracarys.
Yeah,
Yes.
there you go.
Dracarys.
But that was
Dina
a good
was ready.
scene.
She's like,
I
I
did
got.
like that.
She had a little map. She's like,
She
I
had the
know
map.
Yeah.
battle.
And
she
she
done
had-
researched
wait a
where
minute.
she's seen it.
But she
Yep.
had it all the way marked with the magic marker and the little X's of the places where they needed to stop
Sure
along the way
did.
and stuff. Oh, she was ready.
Very
She has
good.
been planning.
Yep.
That's probably what made Ellie kind of go, okay, I'm not gonna be too mad because look, she ready.
Yeah.
She know what I want to do, and she with me.
Yep.
She's been
Exactly.
working
You
on
know
it.
what?
Yeah.
We together on what we gonna go do.
Yeah.
But she also and was the one who encouraged her to take it to the council too, because they do live in the whole town, but they thought, and I really think they thought some people would go with them. I really think that they
Yeah.
both thought that.
Of course.
I thought that too. At least 4 or 5 of
Because
them.
they went to Tommy, and I'm thinking Ellie's probably like, okay, Tommy, let's round up some folk. Let's go. He's
Right.
like, we
I
gotta
knew
take it to
Tommy
the
wasn't going to
council.
do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, 'cause he has a family. He said, but let's take it to the council.
Yeah.
She's like, council?
Yeah.
I thought we were just gonna hit the road tomorrow.
Let's go.
Yeah, but that's because that's how she is.
That's right. But he's right. I mean, I see both sides because I would want to be going and gone too.
Yeah.
But he's saying, look, we got to rebuild. What he didn't say is, I got a wife and a child. Yeah, no, and I'm getting old.
Those creatures are still out there.
They're still
Right.
They're a
out
big
there.
enemy.
Right.
Yeah,
for the
they're
town.
still out there.
Yeah.
So, of course, to me, when you have a whole town, and I mean, I like their arguments because, like the one woman said, Joel wasn't the only one who was killed.
Right.
And when you have a whole town, you just can't always cater to one person and what that one person wants. So I understood that. And it is true that those things are still out there. There's other stuff that's out there. They have to rebuild. They have to at least fix all them damn fences.
Yeah. Yeah.
The perimeter,
Prepare themselves again.
Right.
Yeah.
And then, you can rebuild up the little buildings and stuff, but they got to get that perimeter fixed. So at least you can, halfway keep out stuff.
But Joel is the only one who died like that, who was
Outside of
killed
that.
like that.
Exactly. That's true.
So what did Dina tell? I wonder what Dina told the town, because she had to have explained, at least even to Tommy, what happened.
See, they didn't say that.
He did.
Though.
Well, they did. Remember, they said at the council meeting, because by then Tommy had talked to everybody. After they went in, and he said, some people have come from outside
And
targeting
snatched up.
one of our people.
I know,
and
but
killed
like,
them.
but no one knows why. Like, I was expecting
Right.
people to question, okay, but why Joel?
Yeah. Yeah.
Why him?
Yeah. Who
don't
were
know.
these people and why? Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
It's true.
I'm sure
That's a
they
good
asked, they just didn't
question,
show that.
LM.
They
That's a
didn't show
good
it.
question because Jesse was the one that went back and got him, and I'm sure they had to wait until Dina woke up
Well,
from that drug
first of all, Dina
because she was
was with
riding her own
Joel.
horse.
When Well, we never found out about the other 2 fucking horses either.
No,
That's
I
Yeah.
told y'all,
what
forget
it's
about them horses. We're not.
Right.
Okay, I know. But what I was going to say is Dina was there the whole time Abby had found Joel. So
Yes.
Dina knows, oh, she told us to go up to that mountaintop. She told us
Right.
she had friends up there.
It was a trap.
She told
was
us
a
da,
trap.
da, da, da. She knows that they lured them up there.
Yes.
True.
Yes.
And Joel wanted to go back to town.
Yes.
Because
Yeah.
he
When
saw
he
the
saw
fire.
that
And
smoke.
she's like, no, we're going to come help you. And
Yeah.
then as soon as they got up in there, and she's like, oh,
Hurt.
that one is Dina and
Yeah.
that one's Joel.
Yeah.
They snatched him up. Dina remembers that part. So she can say, yeah, we were lured up there. We don't know how. We don't know why. We don't know what the reasoning is. But the fact is, they lured us up there. That chick killed Joel, because Ellie saw that part.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we don't know who the hell they is.
Mm-hmm.
It don't matter the why at this point. They did it.
I would still, if I was in the town, and especially the council is voting, I would still need more information. Why did they target him? Why did they go after him?
That's a good point because they didn't kill her. They didn't kill
But
Dina.
you wouldn't have that information.
But
you
she
could
would,
ask it
yeah,
all
she
day.
wouldn't know.
Nobody's gonna know.
True. Because she was knocked out.
only heard a
the
few
council
things.
can ask that question all day, but no, she was knocked out, and Ellie didn't get there in time to hear all the commentary.
Mhm.
Yeah.
She just saw them
Nobody else
Yeah.
beating
knew.
the shit out of him and killing him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
And obviously, they just wanted him because they did leave the girls alive,
Mm-hmm.
and they was gone by the time Jesse got up there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And they didn't take the other horse. Well, whatever. we'll figure that out. But anyway,
Wait a minute. Maybe
but
they did
didn't-
take the horse. No, because we saw him walking.
Well,
They were walking.
It would have made sense if they would have shown him with 2 horses, but whatever. We'll just call that an editing glitch on their part. But them 2 horses is gone somewhere up in the damn wilderness. Probably froze up at this point.
They're living a wonderful life in the spring.
There you
down
on the
go.
farm.
There
in
you
the
go.
fields. But my point is, they didn't steal nothing. They left all their knives and shit there. They didn't kill the girls. They didn't stay to try to sneak into town and kill the
No.
people. I mean, the town's jacked up by then. But anyway, they didn't
It's
even
just
try
Joel.
to go to the. So obviously,
They didn't
were
even try
just
to
there
force
for Joel.
themselves into the town.
No, they
Nope.
didn't need to because they got him out.
I know. But again,
left
as
out.
the townsperson, I would be questioning all of this.
But like I said, you could question all day.
It could be.
You
Yeah.
ain't gonna
No
get
answers.
no answers.
Yeah.
And plus, we're having this council meeting 3 months later. So,
Yeah.
who knows what transpired in between that time.
Mhm.
Well, nothing because
But-
nobody knew who they were, didn't know where they was going.
Mhm. She obviously didn't tell them or show them the patch.
I think she might have told Tommy, but he said, "Don't tell nobody."
Yeah.
Because she did
Yeah.
say Tommy told me not to rile you up, get you riled
Yeah.
up and stuff. So I bet you Tommy knew. But at that point, they really didn't. They didn't have half a wall. Their whole wall. was
Yeah.
down.
See,
Right.
I
Yeah.
mean,
Yeah.
And it was the middle of a winter blizzard, and they had them in
Priorities.
bodies
Yeah.
and shit.
Yeah.
Priorities.
They couldn't
Yeah.
have ran off and did nothing.
Yeah.
I mean, I could see both sides of the argument because when the woman stood up on the chair, I could see her point. And when the old dude stood up and talked, I could see his point too. And then when Ellie stood up and talked, I thought, well, yeah, I could see her point too.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Were
it
y'all
was a
surprised
difficult situation.
that I can't remember his name. What's his name?
Seth.
The old guy.
The old guy.
Seth.
Oh,
Seth,
is that his
okay.
name?
Seth.
Yes. Were y'all surprised his stance?
No, because he's old school. He's an old timer. So he'd be like me, like, yeah, I'd say, yeah, let's go get these motherfuckers. Because I'm old school, So
Eye for
I
an
say,
eye.
hey, you know what?
I
It's
think
just what
even
I tell
though-
people, just like that.
What's that?
Huh?
Oh Lord.
What's it say?
We don't dial
don't-
911.
You
It's
know
that we don't dial 911. And so,
Only in
yeah.
Texas.
Only in Texas, baby. So that's why when he stood up and said what he said, I was sitting on the couch. I went, that's right, tell them on time.
Sister J ready to grab her gun and go.
Listen,
Thankfully, she don't got no concealed
And go
carry.
not go
carry nothing.
after mother effers.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
go after my
Right.
Go
effers.
after.
Ooh.
I
think
am the kind of
despite the
person
fact
though that I would shoot somebody out on my sidewalk and drag them in because they ain't getting in the house. So
Jay,
shoot
now
'em
this
first.
is a public
Oh, excuse me.
video.
Anyway,
I can say she don't have her permit.
Hypothetically.
Anything you say
Hypothetically.
can and will be
and
used
we'll be
against you.
used. Yeah, but I know what to do. I'm a
Anyway, what I was
retired
going to say
lawyer
is,
for
I
a
think
reason.
even though Seth had those thoughts about Ellie
Yeah.
and Dina,
Right.
Yeah.
he respected Joel as someone who took
Yes.
care of business, did, at least from what he probably saw, right and wrong. He did things that were hard to do but had to be done that most people wouldn't maybe do. And I think
Right.
he respected Joel, and that's where he was coming from with, oh yeah, these fools done come up in here, snatched up one of our own, killed him.
Yeah.
Are we just gonna let that slide? No.
Yeah, that's where he
We
was
got to
coming
go.
from.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
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 But I could see all their points though. I mean,
I would have
because
said, look, who volunteers to go?
Yeah. I mean,
Because
that would've been a good
people is a
question.
lot.
Yeah, the
It is.
council
You don't need
And they're-
16.
And their best.
Yeah. Yeah.
Their best men.
Yeah.
What they could have done is said, okay, council, let's vote. We'll let people have a choice and we'll allow like 5 people to go tops and leave it at that.
Yeah.
And not have a posse of 20 or however many they was trying to get.
Or take volunteers.
yeah,
volunteer.
I like your first comment. Yeah, who volunteers to go?
Right.
Period. And that's just
Period.
lay out the situation and say who volunteers to go because I'm going. Who volunteers to go?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
That might have been a better route.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
that whole scene with the council voting and stuff, it reminded me of all the old time 70s and 80s Westerns where you have this bully in the town, but you got these drunks or the saloon ladies or whatever always talking about, yeah, big and bad and stuff. And then when another bully comes into the town trying to shoot it up, and they say, okay, who's with me? Everybody back up. We need a posse to go after these guys that just robbed our bank and killed our women. Who's with me? Everybody backs up. That's
Everyone's like,
exactly what that scene was
And then they gotta
like.
wait for Clint Eastwood to come into town and
Clint
for him to
Eastwood
do
come
it.
clean it up. Yeah.
Somebody
We'll pay
to
you,
lead the
mister.
pack.
We'll pay you, mister.
It reminded me of the farmers' meetings on Queen Sugar.
Oh,
I was
yes.
ready to see Ralph
Yes.
Angel stand up and say something.
Yes. Good point. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just like it.
Especially with Nova sitting there, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, I know for a fact Nova, Maria, and Tommy knew that she was gonna go anyway, regardless.
Of course.
Oh,
of course.
yeah.
Of
Yeah.
course.
Regardless of what they decided.
Everyone
They
in
was
that
gonna
town knows.
Everybody do.
Yeah. Yeah.
And even if Tommy had any suspicions, after talking to Gail, he knew she was going.
Absolutely.
Mhm.
Okay, hello.
But that Gail had me rolling in the middle of the afternoon watching the little kids
with her
play
beard.
ball. Got
Yeah.
a whole cooler
T-ball.
full of beer.
And wait, did you see what? She had 2-3 bottles on the side?
Yes, she
on the
did.
ground?
But she
Oh,
had a
yes.
whole cooler of it. Because
Yes.
Joel just opened up, picked what she had. You want a beer? He got one. I said,
He was
Lord,
posted.
Yeah.
watch Pee Wee baseball.
I love her.
Yes. She's
I
great.
like her though.
She's like, oh no, Ellie's a true liar.
Mhm.
Top to bottom.
Said just like Joel.
That was some bullshit she wrote. It was good, but it was some
It
bullshit.
was good.
Right.
Yeah.
It was good,
Yeah.
but it was bullshit. That wasn't her.
Yeah.
That wasn't her,
Yeah.
her voice.
She
At
saw the
all.
bullshit.
Yep.
Mhm.
Even Dina was looking at her like, okay, okay, friend, you go.
Uh-huh.
Didn't know you had that in you.
Well, but that's because Jesse had told her rather than do what you always do,
Yes.
you need to think about what you're going to say and write
Prepare.
it down or something.
Which was smart.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Very.
which was smart.
Not
Yeah.
speak out of anger, but
Yeah. And at least she got her point across. You know what I mean? So nobody would be surprised when, them two are gone.
Yeah,
Nobody gonna be
Oh
surprised.
yeah, they was.
I
Gonna
mean,
be
it was
gone.
still a crock. She really wasn't doing it. Do it for us. Don't do it for Joel. Don't do it for
Yeah.
me. Do it for us. Okay, that was BS.
Yeah, but
Straight.
it sounded good.
Great.
She tried.
BS. They needed to have a couple people just looking at her like,
Right.
Yeah.
who is this talking?
Shoveling the shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I have a question for you. If you were on the council, how would you have voted?
Well, to me, it's like Sister K said, to me it made a difference that they was wanting 16. That's a lot of people. So I probably would have been on the council, I probably would have said, hold up before we vote. How about 5 or 10, but maybe not 16? I would have thrown that out there, probably. Because I would have wanted to be one of the ones to go, I think. Oh, yeah.
Volunteer. I would have said, let's have some volunteers. And if we couldn't have all of our best go, let's limit it. But
But 16 is a lot of people.
Well, yeah, but they still need people there to defend them because the clickers aren't gone.
Yeah.
They're coming back.
Exactly. And that was another thing, too, that I wanted to know, but they didn't show again. What did they do with them pipes?
Yeah.
Because all them little clicker feelers were down in there. So, okay, they're rebuilding the town and stuff, but did they burn that shit out or what?
They would have had to dig all them pipes up and then throw it in the big ass pyre with all the bodies. That's what I would have did.
Yeah.
But we didn't see that though.
I wonder if they did. Or did they just build on top of those pipes?
See? That's what I'm saying.
No.
Shoot.
I hope not.
I hope not either.
Because when they showed the pipe and everything, here's maybe 2 minutes later, here come all the clickers busting down
They
the
already
fence.
knew. That's why they were running to Tommy at the gate.
Well, right. But what I'm saying is,
I don't think they would have left it in the ground. I think they would have had to dig all that up while all them things was dead.
If they knew it was down there.
Jay, they did know.
That one dude who was working on the pipe, he knew.
Yes, and he ran. Remember? But you forgot in the hustle. With the storm coming in, and Tommy was about to go try to find Joel. And them two guys ran up to Tommy and says, "Hey." We didn't see the whole conversation, but he basically told them. They told him about the roots and the thing.
The roots. Yeah. Okay.
And then at that same moment, the dude with the binoculars was like, "They coming. We got 5 minutes."
Ring the bell.
But that's fine.
They're not 3 months later after all of that gonna just we're just gonna throw some dirt on that shit. No, they're gonna dig that shit up and burn at least the stuff that's inside the walls.
Hopefully they got it all.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yes.
But I mean, if them pipes go outside the walls,
yes,
I would maybe dig another couple 100 feet and then bury it a lot so that nothing can come by it that might make it trigger. But that's the best you could do. That's really the best you could do. But
I would know whether they did.
Well, I'm assuming because they now know it's there that they would have done that as a rebuilding because they had to rebuild a whole bunch of
But
shit
see,
anyway.
this is the problem. This is the issue, though. The pipe is the pipe for what? If it was water, but it didn't look like there's no water in there. So was it for the gas or what?
I think that's why they were tearing it out to try to create some kind of system.
I just wondered.
It was all vines and shit in there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because we don't really know how the whole town works. They haven't shown us that.
No, we don't.
That's secondary.
Yeah,
issue.
that's true.
That's not even part of the story. But I'm assuming they were trying to dig all that out because they were trying to make some kind of system. But now they saw that, they're just going to have to dig it out. I mean, you would have to, just to keep
the pipes were all clogged with all kinds
I would pour
of
some
shit,
concrete down in there. They can't get through that.
Yeah, but then nothing else can either.
True.
It's true.
That's the problem. Yeah.
Yeah.
You'd have to burn that shit.
Mm. And
Because
check
concrete,
them occasionally for
deteriorates.
yes.
regrowth.
Regrowth.
Yeah.
something
it
in there.
deteriorates, and then
Yeah.
something could break it. A rat
Yeah.
can go by it, and
Right.
be like, "Oh, rat! Now I'm alive again. Let's get all my little buddies." Yeah, they haven't explained that part of it,
Yeah.
but
Okay.
I'm assuming if you know you got some shit up in there, you can't just bury it.
Mm.
Or be
That's how
lazy and build on
poltergeist
top
can
of it.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
No.
Okay, let's move on.
You want to
these
talk
damn
about
people?
them folks in the woods?
Yeah, who are these damn people in the woods?
They were brand new people, a brand new little sect of people that are no longer.
Right.
But I mean, just looking at them with them scars
Marks.
down their
Scars,
face. I was
yeah.
like, and even the kids had it. I'm like, y'all done marked all the kids out too?
That's a marking, yeah.
But
Yeah.
obviously they were running from war. So they weren't fighting people, although they had all them fucking hammers and shit. They were trying to move their whole family or tribe or whatever they call them away from wherever they were having a bunch of fighting. And then as soon as they heard that noise, they was all hiding. So they weren't really trying to fight.
No.
Yeah.
But I know one thing, when the one dude said, "It's the wolves," and they started looking terrified, I was like, oh, well, shit.
Yeah.
These fools didn't just come to kill Joel. These
Nah.
fools terrorizing the whole gosh darn.
Yes, they are.
That's the first thing I
Yes.
thought too. I
Yes.
thought, damn.
It's the same wolves.
Yep.
Same
Yep.
ones.
Yes.
They just walking around killing all kind of folk.
Yes.
then.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Brutal kids.
And I was like, wait
Now,
a
what is
minute.
the
Why
point
would
of
you
that?
kill up all them kids?
Don't know.
and
What is the
stuff?
purpose?
I don't know.
We don't know.
I
Like,
didn't
it's
even
post-
get who the people was.
Well, they were just
It's
random
not
people we ain't
even a
never
lot
seen.
of survivors after this all happened
True.
anyway. So why are the wolves actively going after and killing
Killing people.
other people and children?
Right.
I don't get their purpose.
And
they
especially
talked
people
about
that aren't jacking with you.
yeah.
Right.
You know what it reminded me of? It reminded me of the followers of the leaf in the Wheel of Time and those gold cloaks, the ones with the white, you know, those child Balder people and stuff, and they would kill them because those people from the leaf, they never would fight back. Remember when the wolf guy was going with them, and they wouldn't fight back.
The gypsy
The
wandering
gypsy
people.
like people, yeah, they were followers of the leaf, and that's the first thing I thought.
Yeah.
And I thought, oh, is this like that? So it must be. But then, because like Ellen said, because they had hammers and stuff, and I thought, well, those are weapons.
What to defend themselves.
I think it seems like they were a peaceful tribe, peaceful people, and they just had the hammers to defend themselves.
yeah.
I'm assuming.
They talked about
Yeah,
it,
but-
their dead prophet,
Yeah.
whoever that was.
Yeah. So maybe a
honey, them
religious
wolves have
group
guns.
or something.
I was going to say,
Exactly.
a hammer ain't nothing against a gun. You see all them
Thank
bullet
you.
cases on the ground. So, yeah.
Right.
You might not even
Right.
see them and you'll be dead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was sad,
And just
though.
when I thought
their
felt
little-
those- Go ahead.
I know. And just when I thought their little whistling system was clever, I'm like, okay,
Clever.
they organized.
That's what I
They
That's what I thought. I thought, oh, that's
Yeah.
pretty slick.
Yeah. Yeah.
And he told the little girl, well, yeah, when you get a little bit older, I'll teach you how to
Yes.
do that. You know.
No.
Now, did you see? We keep seeing father, daughter.
Yes.
Yes.
True.
Yes, that was another father and daughter.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. And another outcome.
Yep.
Yes.
Right. Terrible.
Mm-hmm.
Got all them people.
All of them.
All of them.
Ooh.
And wait, and didn't look like they took none of their shit either.
No, they were
left it all
not.
on the ground.
Yeah, just
So they just
They weren't
killed
wrong.
them and went on. They didn't even
Yes.
want their resources.
No, they didn't even take their
No,
resources.
That's what I'm saying. What's the purpose?
Well, we
Right.
don't find out, I'm sure, but
I hope
it
so.
was senseless. Yeah, it was sad.
Yeah.
So we saw
Well-
those people, and then Ellie and Dina planning.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Ellie, I guess, thought she was gonna go by herself. She had all her shit planned out, and then Dina came over. She's like, "Oh shit, I got hot." I'm like, "Girl, she already know you going."
Well, and plus, I like the way Dina exactly. I mean, you can tell, or at least to me, I like the way she acts because you could tell she's still traumatized because she's different than when we first met her in episode 1. She's a lot more no nonsense and like just tells Ellie what needs to be said. Because she looked down at her, she said, I know you got some boots somewhere. You know, and Ellie had tennis shoes on, and I'm thinking, yeah, you can't
Yeah,
go
her
try
Crocs
How far
on.
you think you gonna get in Chucks?
Yes, that was funny.
And some tennis shoes. I thought to myself, yeah, at least get a coat, do some shit, you know. That was
And plus,
funny
Dina
though. That
is
was
smart.
good.
She's smarter than Ellie in that she plans,
She
Yes.
plans.
thinks ahead.
Thinks ahead.
Yes.
Ellie's more impulsive and like
Yep.
just go.
Yeah.
She's like, we gotta have this, and that. Take some of that shit out.
Mm-hmm.
Wear everything you're gonna take with you, so you
Right.
can
Wear all your
bag.
clothes. Yep.
Mhm.
One horse.
One
But
horse.
yeah, when she
horse.
told her wear all your clothes
Yep,
that you're
fill
going to
your
take, and I thought that's
pockets.
smart.
Very smart.
That's smart.
Very smart.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Just the essentials.
Did y'all
Yeah.
catch the line that Dina repeated of Joel about when Ellie put the gun in the back of her pants?
You shoot your
Shoot your butt off.
butt off or
Yeah.
something.
Yeah.
It's true.
I was like, heard that before.
Uh-huh.
Mhm. That
Yeah.
was cute.
Yeah.
That was cute.
I like the old guy though, Seth giving her the gun though.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
I thought that was good.
Mm-hmm.
This
She
was
was
better.
like, I don't trust this old fool.
Yeah.
He's like, take it, it's better.
That's because she's still contrary of
Mhm.
him, but you
Yeah.
know, be that as it may,
Now,
she knew.
why did he say he couldn't go?
He was
He was
limping.
hurt. He was
from
limping.
Yeah,
something.
and he's
Yeah.
out.
Well, I think he got hurt when Joel pushed him over. Because he's
Could
been on
be.
that cane since.
Yeah, yeah. But I thought it was really good where he gave them his supplies. Did you hear what he said? He said he'd been squirreling away stuff for a
Yeah.
while.
Yep.
Mm.
Yep.
So evidently he probably was thinking for a while, I may have to blow this place.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
So yeah. So
I
he
always
gave
feel like
that.
they should all have a go bag ready.
They
Yeah.
should.
Oh, he
Yes.
had
They
more than that
should.
though. He had all kinds of supplies. He had a medical kit. He got some beef
Everything.
jerky in there,
Mm.
and he was naming off stuff. And I thought, okay.
Yep.
Mhm. So that was
Ready to
good.
go.
Yeah.
That was
That
good.
was good.
That was good.
He let him out the back door.
Yep.
Said, y'all need to hurry up because you know
gonna
the
be
more
guard's gonna be
patrol.
making rounds in a
Patrol's
minute.
coming.
Y'all
Yeah.
need to hurry up.
Yeah.
So that was good.
Yeah.
And then we had the scene where they stopped at the cemetery.
Now
Yes.
that's when I got to think, okay, so like so that's when my thoughts of so these people, if they was bit and you buried them rather than burn them up, that's when the whole thing I was thinking, now wait a minute. Because I'm sure some of those people, because we saw those clickers getting some people. So, you know, that's what confused me about, okay, so if you get bit, are you
We don't know.
dead?
Right. Yeah.
Anyway, because there was a lot of gravestones. There was a lot
was.
of them.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure there probably is some empty graves in there too.
Mm.
Empty?
Maybe.
Not with the headstone.
Why not?
Those were
Wouldn't you want-
headstones.
I know, but even if there's not something to put in it, people do still have ceremonies to go through the
Oh, you
process.
meant for the people that were ate up.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
The ones that maybe
Like they
didn't
still
have
got
enough to
them a
bury,
headstone.
or-
Okay.
Oh, I get you. Okay. Well, now that makes sense.
Mm.
Okay.
They might have burned up some people because they were bit,
Mm-hmm.
but
You
then
know what?
still had like a grave
Still-
site for them.
yeah.
That does make sense
So
then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that happens today when there's not
Yeah.
a body for people
True.
to bury.
True.
Good point.
That's
You
true.
know, they still
That's a good
have
point.
a
That is a good point. I
ceremony
didn't think
and
of that.
everything, So
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
we don't know. We
Right,
don't know
but-
looks like, but I'm assuming that there could be some without nobody's in there.
But that's
and some
plausible.
With somebody's in
yeah,
there.
that's plausible. Mm-hmm.
The main thing was Elle was there to finally see where he was laid to rest at.
Yes.
So, and that was a cute scene where she put the little coffee beans down.
I know.
Yeah, now that was cute.
That was cute.
That was good.
Yeah. And I just kept thinking, ooh, hurry up, because I don't want them to come up and try to get y'all to go back before y'all get on the road.
Yeah, I didn't think so because it was nighttime when they left. And what you call them?
Sundown.
What you call them? Tommy had already said it 10 miles out of town.
Mm-hmm.
So, they was a good 10 miles away from the town. And it was, the daylight. So,
yeah.
And plus, that horse wasn't galloping. He just moseying.
Was right.
They moseying.
They can't gallop with that sucker.
No, they
can't
be galloping.
True.
And they going across.
Yeah, what's the rush?
You know what? I seen plenty of westerns where they got two people on the horse and they is running from somebody.
Well,
so yeah,
they
different. Yeah.
They're not running right now. They're just
know.
getting where they getting. So there's no need to do all that.
Well, it did take Abby and them 5 years.
But they was on foot.
Right.
Yeah.
And they didn't know where they were going.
They didn't actually leave until probably that year.
And I agree with Sister A. I don't think they knew exactly where they was going. They just knew the direction.
Aimlessly.
Yeah, they just knew the direction.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because remember that one girl said, one of the other ones to Abby said, well, I'm not killing nobody else to try to get this done.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Try to get to Joel or to find out where he is.
Yeah. That's right.
So they've been probably killing up folk to try to find out where Jackson was in the first, like that there was a town.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That was terrible.
We now know
they could have also been killing up those peaceful group we saw.
Tribe people, yeah.
Whistlers.
Right.
Yeah, the whistlers. That's what we're going to call them.
Yeah.
The whistlers.
The whistlers.
And we see there's a lot of them.
Yeah.
And that's another thing, too. I mean, it's just nonsensical. Why kill these people?
Yeah.
There's got to be more to the story. I'm sure
there's got to be.
I hope so.
Yeah.
So then we see Elle
that was
and Dina
shocking.
Trekking across country, chit chatting. They have to bunk for the night because there's a storm coming. Their little tent was nice.
Which Dina knew, we need to take shelter.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's like her big toe was thumping or something, There's some people, their bones creak was getting ready to rain.
Yeah.
My sister.
Storms are coming.
It's going to rain today.
Hey, I had a sister and her feet could tell us when it's going to rain.
Yep.
I'm serious. Exactly. So,
yeah.
But I'm sorry, though. The whole time that they kept showing him in the tent, I thought, I hope nobody comes and gets them.
Oh, yeah.
Didn't you?
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
I hope it ain't no clickers out there because that was a lot of
but I was just like, when they come out, I hope they're not surrounded.
I know.
Oh my gosh.
Surrounded by the...
Because we didn't see any of this episode.
Yeah.
They was talking.
Right.
Yeah.
They weren't
Normal
trying to be
voices.
quiet.
Right.
Waiting for them to pop up.
Yeah.
I just didn't want them clicker things to be there because, that's a lot of foliage around.
Yeah.
It could be hiding up in the bushes and stuff. And, here come some people. Oh, yeah. Then they come alive and wiggle and stuff. That's what I thought.
Yeah.
So when it was the next day, I thought, okay,
get going.
Good.
Yes.
Good.
But then they ran into all them bodies.
Mm.
I like how they show them. Well, how we saw them in that first episode or the second episode. No, it was the first, where they're very curious. They just barrel into situations.
Yeah.
But they both actually just kind of was like, okay, let's stop. We see this overturned cart.
Yes.
And some shit. So we gonna have to sneak up on this and figure it out.
And they got quiet.
And
they got real quiet.
For a
Yeah.
change.
So I like that.
Right.
That they know how to do it when they need to.
And
Yeah.
at least they both had their rifles, you
Yes.
know.
Yes.
So they was
I
ready.
don't think after Joel, I don't think they're as flippant about that as they were before.
Right. I think so. I
Mhm.
think you're right. Yeah.
Mhm.
Because before they were more like, oh yeah, this is gonna be great. We've killed one-on-one before. Da,
Yeah.
da, da. Okay, yeah. I think now they're more cautious and like, we don't know who out here.
Yeah.
Well,
You don't know what
especially
they
now,
gonna be
since some
doing.
random folks have snatched up
Exactly,
Joel and
like,
killed him.
It's more
Yeah.
than
Right.
Right.
clickers. We gotta watch out.
Yeah.
for.
Exactly.
And that-
Ellie doesn't
right.
have to worry about the clickers, but she's got to worry
Right.
about a human killing her.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Man.
So I like how they showed them kind of like, okay, wait a
Yeah.
minute, let's
Yeah.
go investigate.
I like the way they revealed why Dina was so upset because, and then I mean, they didn't have to kill the little girl was a little girl. You could have taken her and like reprogrammed
Yes.
her or something, you know.
Recruited her or something.
Yeah, that's what I mean. You
Something.
know, something.
There were other
Yeah.
little kids in that
It
little
was,
group too.
yeah.
Yeah.
I know.
But that was an awful scene.
That
Yeah.
was.
I
I was
that
like,
was- why?
Why?
all of them gone?
And it wasn't until Ellie bent down because she was looking at all the bullets, and I thought, they done shot up all them people. They probably did it from a distance too.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm sure.
Because you know they all dispersed and went into the
Yeah, they did.
to the
Yeah.
bushes.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Damn. So they was hiding already. They weren't a threat.
No.
Mm-mm.
they was gonna wait for y'all to pass by.
Yeah, to pass
and then keep
by.
going on their way.
Yep.
But they killed them on purpose.
Killed all of them. And like y'all pointed out, didn't take their resources or nothing.
No.
Yeah,
left it
you'd
there.
have thought they'd at least taken like all their little bags and their
Water or
weapons and
something.
the hammers and stuff. The little girl still had the hammer in her hand.
She did.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
It's not good.
Yeah, that was rough. That was rough. Anyway,
So Dina
they-
gets sick as soon as she sees
Yeah.
the bodies.
Did, yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I think Dina's pregnant.
I had
Yeah.
that thought
Did you
too,
catch?
Ellen. I had that thought too.
Yes, because did you catch when they were in the tent
Yeah.
and she said that her and Jesse hooked back up?
Yep.
Oh.
Yep.
Yep.
And she also said, when they was talking about the kiss, she says, well, I'm not gay, but, you know, I did kind of wonder or something like that. And I thought,
I think
but,
she's very
you know,
curious.
now that you mention it, though, the throw up was the clue.
Yeah.
Mm.
After that, yeah. Because
I thought
Ellie
the
didn't,
same
Ellie didn't throw
thing
up.
She threw up. Because I was
Yeah.
thinking,
Ellie
Huh.
didn't throw up.
No.
I know, but all those dead people.
Yeah.
I
but
mean, true.
yeah,
And the
but they're
smell,
used
because
to
she
it.
did.
They're
They
the-
did mention
they're
the smell
advanced
Yeah.
team, but
of
Dina
all the dead bodies.
is
But
on the advanced team like Ellie is, so she's
Yes.
seen dead bodies.
right.
Yeah.
That's a good
Across
point. Good
all kinds
point.
of
Good
dead
point.
bodies.
exactly.
That's
I
a
don't think-
good point.
I did
That's
have that
true.
thought, and I went, nah.
Yeah, I bet she
You
is.
would know by
I
now,
think
wouldn't
she
she?
is.
No.
Maybe not.
Well, because okay, we know it's 3 months later after Joel died,
Right.
but we don't know at what point in that 3 months
Right.
her and Jesse hooked back up.
We don't know.
Right.
Right, we don't know.
So she could be. I mean, she could be like a month.
Mm-hmm.
Could be.
You know.
This is what I say. I said this.
That's gonna
during
make their
Walking Dead.
journey a little challenging.
Yes.
Like with Walking Dead, I said the same thing. In the apocalypse, and I know there's probably no birth control and condoms and shit at the moment. But why are you taking the risk of having a child have childbirth with no real hospitals, medications, and all?
Mhm,
Now they have a
right.
good looking hospital there in Jackson, but I would try at all costs not to be trying to have no babies
Yeah.
during this time period. 'Cause
Agreed.
who knows when you have to run? Who
Yeah.
knows if like right before you get ready to have this baby? you
No,
got to
that's
run.
what I thought when they was
Right.
when they was running all the kids and women down in the basement when the
Yeah.
clickers was coming. I thought, damn, that's a bunch of little kids,
Yeah.
young kids.
Yeah.
They still having kids though, but I'm like, wow.
Yeah.
I know.
Anyway, but that's you know
Anyway.
what? I didn't even think of that, but that's a good observation.
Okay. Interesting.
I'm gonna be watching real close
Yeah.
now. Mhm. Good
Yeah, it's just gonna
observation.
add a whole nother
Yep.
I
realm of
know.
stress
It
them
is.
if they find out while
Right.
they're out on this trek.
And
And we
then
don't know how long it's taken them to get to Seattle. Like
We
they
don't.
passed the
Right.
bodies of the
Yeah.
cult
right,
sect, whatever,
we don't.
Right.
and they get to the outskirts of Seattle, and we don't know if it's taking them a week, 2 weeks, a month.
Right.
Yeah.
We
But-
don't know how long it's really taken.
But I was like, oh, when she said, "Oh, look how pretty," I thought, it don't look pretty to
I
me.
know.
No.
That's
It was
what I
all
said.
moss grown
Yeah,
over and all
yes.
kind of foliage and shit on the sides of the buildings. It looked
Yeah.
like mold and shit. And I thought,
No.
what you
No.
looking
It's
at?
too jungle-ish looking.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Overgrown.
That's what she said. Oh, look how pretty. I thought,
No, I know.
No.
and unless
when they
they
were
run
look-
into them by mistake, Seattle
Right.
is a big city.
It's
Yeah.
How you gonna
big.
find them?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well, I'm pretty sure that it's concentrated because then we see some dude patrolling in a big ass high rise
we did.
building.
That's
And I was
true.
like,
Manning.
oh shit. They
Oh,
gonna
yeah.
see them.
They gonna
know.
see him.
Yeah.
That's what
I
Yes.
thought. When he got those binoculars out,
Uh-huh.
Yes.
he's gonna
He's gonna see them coming on a
Yeah.
horse.
He's gonna see them.
He's gonna see them coming on a horse.
That's what I
You,
thought.
you know
And
he's
if they
gonna see
have
them.
patrol, and then we see a patrol group
Yes.
that looks pretty damn big.
In a tank.
Tanks is what we
Tanks
think.
and shit.
I like the
Big.
way they filmed that though, because
Yes.
we see the guy in the tower and he says no, all clear. So then they go street
to the
level,
next section.
Yeah.
and right, and all of these tanks are moving. There were
Yeah.
some big armored
So,
vehicles, and then all these
they-
troops.
People.
If they're
But
doing regular patrols like that through the streets in different sections, trust, when they come riding up into the city, they gonna know
Yeah.
someone's been riding up in the city.
And they're in
Yeah.
communication with each other. So
Yes,
they
and
are.
they're in
Yeah.
communication.
Walkie-talkie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh.
and they're up high, so they can see street level.
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
I'm hoping that they somehow leave the horse in the woods or something.
Yeah.
I don't know what they're gonna do. If they're gonna just be looking and stealth, I mean, because
They still gonna look like outsiders, like tourists.
yeah,
They're gonna ride that horse out down into the city. Watch.
I hope
No, they
not.
are.
probably, yeah,
They are.
probably,
Yeah.
yeah.
Just like they've been doing when they was in Wyoming. You know, when they hit them little towns and stuff.
Yeah.
They did.
They was up in the city, so
Yeah.
that was a
Yeah.
little town. So
Yeah.
they're gonna ride it up in the city, and unless they get some kind of they hear like the tank mechanism or something where they can duck in an alley or
Right.
something right quick, then they're going to be sitting ducks.
But I mean, it's only so much hiding they can do, and they are not
Exactly.
dressed the part to blend in.
No, they're not.
No, they would
And-
have to snatch up a uniform or something.
Yes,
To be
Yeah.
able to blend
Yep.
in. And there's
Yeah.
no way
Yep.
they can do that without knocking out one of the current
they're gonna
soldiers.
have to.
Mm-hmm.
They're gonna have to sneak up on someone who's doing patrol, knock them over the head, take their uniform and
Yeah.
their binoculars.
Yeah. Something.
Yeah.
Hide
No,
the horse.
really.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
And they're not going to be able to do all that before they
No,
get
they're not.
caught.
Mm-mm.
Before they get caught. No.
They're going to get caught, I'm sure.
And hopefully the fact that they're, well, I mean, they're the leads of the show, but
Yeah.
I'm assuming because they're young, they wouldn't just automatically go, okay, we're going to kill y'all off the bat.
I don't know.
But who knows?
But then, they can see that they're not part of them whistlers either. They're just regular
Yeah,
looking
true.
two girls.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
are.
yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Hmm.
Ooh.
damn.
I like that it was a slower pace. I like that we got the,
Yeah.
the grief of everybody,
Mhm.
even though they kind of skipped past the immediate part of it. 'Cause they got a lot of, I'm assuming they have a lot of story to get to. So
I'm sure
Yeah.
they do.
We're setting up
But
for next week's showdown in Seattle.
Yeah.
Well, and only because I read the TV app. And them people that play the game, sometimes they be dropping shit, Evidently,
Yep.
there's a whole lot of stuff that happens in this part of the game that they're adapting. So
I
Yeah.
guess we'll find out.
yeah.
We'll
Yep.
find out.
No
Mhm.
spoilers, thanks.
Yeah, I try not to read too much of those.
It was a good
comments, but it was
episode.
a good
Yeah,
episode.
yeah.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
was good.
We needed this slower paced
Oh,
episode.
I think so
man.
too.
After
Because
last
you don't
week,
need
we
like
needed
a jump off war and stuff every episode.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
Because that other one was stressed from start to
Exactly.
finish.
The whole time.
The whole
Yeah.
hour
Yeah.
was stressful.
Yes.
Yes.
So, yeah, we needed that.
Mhm.
Okay, well, we did have some feedback. And
Okay.
because we be on time with our shit this time, we still have some feedback from last episode.
Okay.
two.
Okay, let's do this.
So the very first one is from Ozzy John.
Hey,
Ozzy
Ozzy
John.
John.
And it is a voicemail. It says,
Fabulous.
Hey sisters, here is my feedback for The Last of Us season 2 so far. It's a bit scatterbrained because it's been a while since I've done any, so bear with me. Cheers, Ozzy John. And it is a voicemail, so let me go ahead and play.
Hey, sisters and special guests. Aussie John here. Yes, I'm back. For The Last of Us Season 2, here's my feedback for the first 2 episodes. Now, whilst I love the first game and the first series of the show, the second game, while starting out strongly, does take a nosedive. But obviously we're not here to talk about the game. Now, my thoughts on the whole thing stems from the ending of the first game, where really, fuck the Fireflies. Those incompetent and or assholes
Oh,
were really going to kill Ellie after what appeared to be only a day or two of them being there and testing. Now, not even as far as we're aware, not even 2 to 3 months of testing or anything. They were just going to kill her
yeah.
before Joel woke up. And even then they woke Joel up to let him know why they were going to kill her. And if you're going to kill her, why not just kill Joel? But anyway, so those incompetent assholes can just get fucked, including that doctor.
Woo. I'm going to pause that real quick because I think they didn't even think anything about it because Joel notoriously didn't have feelings for nobody. And so Marlene probably didn't even expect the fact that he would have got close with Ellie. Because I don't think she knew his history background, that he lost a daughter and all that stuff. So.
Okay.
Yeah, now that part, yeah.
But you're
You
right.
think that
so
ever
was
came
awful
up in
damn-
his therapy?
Well, no,
But
he's talking about
no,
the episode or last season
end
when
of
Joel
season 1.
killed the doctors and stuff.
Yeah.
when they were
Yeah.
going to operate
The
on
hospital.
her after
Mhm.
only, a day of
A day.
being captured.
Yeah.
Well, they didn't really test her or anything. But anyway, I'll continue.
For my second thought, which is obviously back to the doctor, because we know Abby is the doctor's daughter seeking revenge. But my main issue with said revenge at the time is her luck in getting Joel. Yes, that was lucky, and yes, she did eventually confirm who he was. But at the end of the day, she still shot him down without confirming that he was Joel Miller. For all she knew, that was Joel Smith, Joel whoever. And then before she confirmed who he was, put a fucking shotgun in his knee and then proceeded to do the business. So this fucking idiot
What's going
took
on?
revenge on any old Joel that she came across. But anyway, that's my main thought. 2 minutes now. Have a good one, ladies. I'm assuming that this is still late feedback for episode 3. Anyway, have a good one. Aussie John, out.
Wow, Ozzy John.
Thank you, Ozzy
Thank you,
John.
Ozzy John.
It sounded like his little boy probably was squealing.
It's like he was on
background.
a track or something.
Yeah, but
he
you know
was
how
on a-
kids are.
yeah,
They wait
that's
till
what
you
it
on the
sounded
phone
like.
or busy, and they
yeah.
start. They
And
started.
It's probably
Yep.
riding around.
Start tweaking.
cute.
I do know Ozzy John is a train conductor, so maybe he was on his train.
Okay.
Hopefully
Oh.
not driving, but you know.
Oh, that was a good voicemail, though.
Yes.
Yeah.
Very good.
That was a good one.
He had a PS also.
Okay.
Ooh.
He said, quick PS, Abby did do a quick location check on Joel. I was wrong about that, but she is still an idiot. And a nerd check for Sister J. The clickers are the blind ones that use clicks like sonar. The normal ones are just infected or runners. But that's just the nerd shit. Cheers, Ozzy John.
Oh, thank
Okay.
you, Ozzy John.
That's
Okay.
good.
That
Thank
makes
you, Ozzy
Good to
sense.
know.
Yes.
That makes sense. Yeah. So that's why they click.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's why that woman in the barn who was running up on Ellie, remember?
Uh-huh.
Where she said they could think and see, she wasn't a clicker because she could see.
Yeah.
But she was all deformed and stuff, but still.
She was still doing all that whatever.
Well,
right?
yeah, but that was choking. It wasn't clicking.
Yeah.
That's different.
Ozzy John also had a voicemail for this episode.
Okay.
He says, here's my feedback for episode 3. It's still a bit all over the shop. I'm just winging it as opposed to giving it structure. Cheers, Ozzy John. So let me play this one.
Okay.
Hey sisters, Aussie John here with some feedback for episode 3, The Last of Us Season 2. The first thing, just follow up from my feedback, which hopefully was only played a couple of minutes ago, and Abby and her not confirming who Joel was. Well, yes, well, she did sort of confirm who he was before she whipped out the shotgun to the knee. When she first met him, she still lucked out in that it was the right Joel. She still didn't know that it was Joel Miller and not Joel Smith, for all she knew. So yeah, a bit of luck there, but she's still an idiot. And her Firefly friends, all still idiots. Fuck them, still fuck the Fireflies.
Yep.
And another reason why,
For cars.
I rechecked the last episode of the last season, and even when they first picked, killing off, about to knock off Ellie through surgery, didn't care. But even when they picked him up, they didn't even walk up to them and say, "Hey, how are you guys? Come with us. We're the Fireflies." Nope, straight up gas them.
Yep.
Fucking butt to the head, butt of the rifle to the head, knock them out.
They did.
Didn't even just try and talk to them at first. No, let's knock him out, kill the girl. But no, let's talk to Joel and let him live. Bunch of idiots. Anyway, on to the main episode now. And well, I am enjoying the show more than, my whinging portrays the show to be. I am actually really enjoying the show on the whole. It's just the nitpicks that get me.
Yeah.
Like camping in the infected zombie apocalypse.
That's what I'm
Camping
saying.
with your light on in an orange tent. Stuff like that. Or, and then the only other nitpick I had for this episode that I can think of is at the end on the horse, standing on the edge of the broken freeway, looking out over Seattle, and they weren't picked up by a lookout. They had that other lookout was looking everywhere. Mm-hmm. Surely they've obviously shown that the wolf pack is a big group, and they're just going to basically luck their way into the city with a horse. Anyway, like I said, I'm enjoying the show. Aussie John out. Have a good one.
Thank you, Ozzy John.
Thank you, Ozzy John.
I like the way you said that.
I know, but I mean, we said the same thing. They're camping in the woods.
Yes.
with the light on.
And it's infected foliage all around.
It's like normal.
Yeah. But that's a good point, because that dude was a lookout with long range binoculars. And they were on top of a highway that had
Right on the edge of it,
yes.
too.
right on the
So
edge. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
there was nothing blocking them from his view.
Wide open.
right.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And just like we said, they're gonna ride up in the city on a horse. Yeah. Uh-huh.
But I'm pretty
Undetected,
sure they're going to get spotted and snatched
Of course.
up or chased or something.
Something.
because I'm sure there's got to be multiple ways to get into the city, and there's got to be multiple lookouts. But you're right. I mean, that's the kind of thing they don't show us because they have so much stuff that they're doing. But like, they could have shown us the girls before they camped out, putting up like a little perimeter line of cans or whatever, so they could hear if something comes up or something. But I think they're just so busy trying to do other things that they're just not getting into those weeds. Like,
but he had a good point. Camping in the middle of the forest with the light on.
In a little nylon tent.
Wouldn't the animal come up and say, "Hey, look at this thing glowing"?
Yeah.
Like just a regular bear or something.
Yeah, they're like a regular bear or something, you know. Anyway, that was a good one.
We'll have to we gotta let that kind of stuff go. We gotta let that go. Thank you, Ozzy John. We love hearing from you. How's that little baby? How's that little baby doing? Who's not a baby anymore?
Right. No.
Let us know next time.
Yeah.
Yes, let us know.
Give us a family update.
Okay, our next feedback is also from last week, and it is from Sarah. Hey, Sarah.
Hi, Sarah.
Sorry this is a little late. I was distraught. Keep the great shows coming, Sarah. And it is a voicemail.
Awesome.
Hey sisters, this is Sarah from the UK, giving my feedback for season 2, episode 2 of The Last of Us. Hello! I was not prepared for the ending of that episode. Sorry this is a little bit late, but honestly, I don't think I could even face talking about it. Just stared at the floor for 10 minutes when it was done. And during the episode, I got frustrated because... Speak up, Joel. Say something. Defend yourself. And I couldn't figure out why. And then it occurred to me afterwards, I was sat in a puddle of my own tears, that maybe his thought was, number one, penance. I deserved it. You know, maybe he's beating himself up. And number two, he knows that his brother will protect Ellie. So if there's a bunch of armed people that are there looking for him and they're not looking for her, they're not talking about her at all, then maybe he just figures that, okay, let's say they kill me, but Ellie will be safe. She's in a safe place. And then that made me cry even more because he's still protecting her. I don't know where the rest of this season is going to go. I hope we find out why Eugene was killed. I hope we find out what happened within those 5 years for them to fall out. But I am warmed to my heart of the final little speech that Ellie gave, you know, around the fact that it may be weird and people may be talking about her and Joel, but he's Joel and she's her, and they'll always be that, and they'll be okay. I hope he knew that at the end. Anyway, that's it for this week. Thanks for a great show, and I'll catch you all soon.
Thank you, Sarah.
Thank you, Sarah.
Oh,
Great to hear from you.
I think he did know that at the end.
Yeah.
But that's a very good point.
To raise his head for her when she kept saying, get up, get up.
That's what got me.
That was rough.
But Sarah makes a good point. I think maybe the reason he did not say something in the beginning is because, he did it. And he probably quickly realized, just like Sarah had said, well, at least they got me all the way over wherever this is and not in the town where Ellie is.
Yeah.
So,
I think a part of that too was probably he's also trying to protect Dina at that moment because they're only going to drug her for an hour or say. But if I speak up and make us think about this and try to defend myself, they're going to hurt her in front of me before they hurt me.
Yeah.
So he's also protecting Dina.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
She even said, tell me the truth about when you last saw the fireflies or I'll kill her.
Yeah. So he told the truth.
He was
Yeah.
I've seen him. She's like, oh, you did.
Yeah.
I think you're right too. He felt guilty. Like, I did kill that man indiscriminately. I could have shot him in the leg or the hand or whatever, but I just said, fuck it. At that point, I was done killing. I was like, wow, let me get this baby girl off the table. So he's like, oh, my number's up. I done killed a whole bunch of people in my life.
Whole bunch.
Whole bunch. Sarah also has a voicemail for this is episode 3.
Okay.
She says, "Hi, sorry I was late. Sarah from the UK," and then she's got a voicemail.
Hey sisters, it's Sarah from the UK with my feedback for season 2, episode 3 of The Last of Us. So, I unwisely made the decision to watch this episode during my lunch hour. I thought it can't possibly be as bad as the last episode. Sure, I've got a meeting straight after when I start work again. Won't be a problem. So, needless to say, Ellie's screaming at the beginning was harrowing. I then cried for the first half of the episode and showed up to my meeting blotchy. So that was my story of today. Slower paced for sure versus last week, but we can't always go at breakneck speed, and I'm okay with that. So a couple of things though that occurred to me as I was watching it. The minute that they said they were having that council meeting and they were going to 16 people were going to go, I was like, we haven't met 16 people in this house. We are not going to see a posse of 16 people. I can name like 6. That's never going to happen. And Ellie's speech, was false and everything else that it was. I thought actually it was pretty good, but no surprises. They weren't moving their asses for nothing. They just want to sit there because they're scared and they're sad. And I understand. But yeah, that was never going to happen. Number 2, Dina with the throwing mixed messages at Ellie. I kind of felt sorry for her during those moments in the tent. Number 3, Seattle looks fucking terrifying. A lot of people, a lot of guns. And I suppose my last thought really was that the kind of strange nomadic people who were wandering about looking for a place of safety. I don't think, and I'm sure you don't either, that Ellie's assumption that it's Abby is correct. I mean, at the same time, I think she's just full of anger and will blame anything on him at the moment. They found like a dead little rabbit by the side of the road. She'd be like, rabbit killers as well. So I think at the moment, but I'm assuming, and I'm sure you are, that the wolves that they were talking about are different wolves than the Abbey crew are associated with. I'm loving this season. I just wish I was crying less. And that the hole that was left in this episode, the lack of his absence was palpable for me. I was hoping we'd see him in a flashback. And the fact that we didn't means that I get to spend another whole week grieving. Well, thanks for a great show. Always lovely hearing your insight. I'll catch you soon.
Thank you, Sarah.
Thank you, Sarah.
You know what, though? That is really good. And a lot of people have pointed out how, in the opening credits and stuff.
I was just going to say that.
They don't have Joel's image anymore.
Or his name.
Man.
Well, you can say the name, but I mean, the whole graphic.
It didn't.
It's not there.
It didn't show.
Yeah, that one.
It didn't have his name.
Right. It didn't have his name.
He wasn't in the episode.
He wasn't in the graphic either.
No, he wasn't.
Right, but in the graphic, in the opening, you know how you can see the silhouette of him.
Dang.
No.
And Ellie, it's just Ellie by herself.
Just Ellie.
And that's when I already knew, we doing this?
Yeah, because that was surprising to me. I thought, I mean, they took him out quick.
Yeah.
They took the image and everything. They took the silhouette and everything. Anyway.
But I didn't think about the possibility of it being different wolves. I just assumed the same. Abby's crew.
That I did too, kind of, but it makes sense that there's probably different sections.
It's all a big whole organization. So,
I think they're,
She was just a small
I feel
group.
like they're all ruthless.
Right. Yeah.
And it might not have been Abby and her
personally,
friends specifically, but it was the wolves.
Still,
it was,
some
yes, they did have backpacks and clothing on with that symbol on it, with patches on it. So
I guess we'll find out. But
we will.
Yeah,
I'm thinking they're just going to be a very ruthless group of people that don't want any They might be trying to keep anyone from coming to Seattle.
Any outsiders?
Yeah, now
Any
that could
outsider,
be
yeah.
too.
Because they
That
were
could
on
be
the
too.
path to Seattle.
They were on the
So maybe
path.
that
Yes, they
was. They're like, oh, we gonna kill anybody before they even get to town.
Mm.
I was gonna say, but it's on the outskirts of town, so they're not
It's on
even
the
letting
out-
people get to the
Get
gate.
close by.
To
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
Yeah, to the city itself, maybe.
right.
Yeah.
Or maybe it is like you said, Jay. Maybe they're trying to specifically kill that group of people.
We'll
That's like
find
an
out, I'm
all-out
sure.
massacre.
Yes.
It was. It
Yeah.
was.
Mhm.
And you're
I
right,
think it's-
Sarah. Dina is giving mixed messages to Elle because she's
Yeah.
obviously curious, but she keeps saying, "Well, I'm not gay, so how? So
Yeah.
how was it having her rate the
Yeah,
kiss?
how was my
and
kiss?
Right.
Yeah.
Mhm.
dancing with her and kissing? All of that is obviously
Yeah.
going to make."
But
Elle
I
feel
agree with
confused.
LM though. I think she's pregnant.
Mm.
And that throwing up was the clue.
That's a classic TV move.
It is.
Mhm.
Yes.
Have the character throw up.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
We'll find out.
Which doesn't
Yep.
always happen to people,
Wow.
but it does on TV pregnancies all the time. So
Yeah.
whatever. Okay, our next email. Thank you, Sarah, again.
Thank you.
Our next email is from Omar.
Oh,
Hey,
Omar.
And this is for episode 2 also, Through the Valley.
Okay.
Okay.
Hey, sisters. I'm Omar from Fayetteville, North Carolina. North Carolina.
Hey. Welcome.
And this is the first time I am sending in feedback to the podcast.
Oh, a newbie. Welcome.
Welcome.
I've been listening to your podcast since season 1 of this show, and I've also played both the first and second game.
Ooh, okay.
All in all, this episode was great from the battle in Jackson to Joel's death. It was sad, and it was somehow worse in the show than the video game. Ooh.
Wow.
The worst part of his death for me is always Ellie begging Abby not to kill him. That's when the tears really started falling because the worst character deaths are the ones in which people who love and care about them have to watch it happen.
Yeah.
That's about it for right now, sisters. Y'all take care of yourselves. I'll have my thoughts on episode 3 from the next feedback section. Bye, with a hand wave emoji. Thank you,
Omar.
Okay, Omar, you knew the assignment, KTSS.
Yes, that's
Smart.
great.
Yes. Love it. And Omar had a second email for episode 3. The
Okay.
All
past.
right.
It's a little bit longer, but it's still good. Hi, sisters. It's Omar from Fayetteville, North Carolina. I just finished the new episode of The Last of Us, and here are my thoughts. Overall, I think this episode was great, and I really enjoyed it from start to finish. If I was to say what my favorite moment of this episode was, it would be Tommy looking over Joel's body, saying, "Send Sarah my love,"
Oh, yeah.
which had me tearing up.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
That was
Yeah.
sad.
However, Tommy was not the only one that had me in tears. Ellie did to the way she woke up screaming. My parental instincts due to child parentification / protective instincts were in full effect, and I wanted to jump through the screen and hug Ellie, telling her it's okay, baby girl, like Joel did in season 1, episode 8. Now, that episode and that line in particular is what got me in that episode. Was when he said that, I was like, oh. Anyway, I like that episode. Also, Dina, as always, was a joy to watch on screen. I actually love the show version of her more than the original video game version already, and I've only known this version for 3 episodes, mind you. The original Dina was great already as is. P.S. 2 fun facts. The lady who's singing the song in the background in the last episode after Joel died was the voice and motion capture actress for Ellie in the video game, who also played Ellie's mama in the show, Ashley Johnson. Yes, I did know that from last season.
Oh.
Hey,
At
I
the
didn't
end
know
of the
that.
episode.
Okay.
Fun fact.
Yes.
Very,
Yeah.
very cool fact. When that episode, when they showed us how Ellie was born, I saw
Yeah.
a whole lot of articles talking about how she was the voice actress for the video game and how she got to play the mama,
Wow.
which is really cool.
Nice.
That's nice.
Very cool. The game creator said something very cool on the official podcast for the show. When they were creating the original game, they had beta players play through the entire game before it came out to see if it was working properly, etc. And at the end of the game, they would ask them questions about what they thought of the game. One of those questions was, what did they think of Joel's choice? Here is why it's so interesting. If they think a player was not a parent, it was 50-50, with half thinking that Joel was the villain of the story and was 100% wrong to save Ellie. And if the player was a parent, I guess it was if the pair was not a parent, they were 50-50, with half thinking that Joel was the villain. If they were a parent, 100% of the players who were parents, with no exceptions, agreed with and supported Joel. It really goes to show how people interpret the story, and I personally agree with Joel. Yeah, I can see that, because if you didn't have kids and know that love, you might be like, well, maybe I don't save her. I don't know anybody who wouldn't try to save her, though.
No.
Yeah.
After all that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's the video game people.
Interesting.
Very interesting, though, that research and how that went. That's it for now, sisters. I hope this wasn't too long. I was trying to not be all over the place and ramble on about things like I sometimes do with my mom. It gets to the point where she got to say, Omar, save some for later, baby.
I'm gonna be repeating mama in a
I
minute.
was gonna say, you pushing it, Omar.
You
Hold on,
pushing.
man. Let me finish.
Wrapping
She
it up.
says, Omar, save some for later, baby. But then again, I'm a 21-year-old with low support needs, autism, ADHD, OCD, and anxiety disorder. So my brain being all over the place is a normal thing for me. In case you ask, low support needs means that I'm capable of taking care of myself without needing help from people most of the time. Oh, I haven't heard low support before. That
Me
term.
neither.
I haven't.
Anyways, this is Omar signing off. I'll see y'all in the next feedback section. Bye. Have a great day.
Thank you,
Thank you, Omar.
And
Love that
welcome.
email.
Yes.
Welcome, but you know what? Omar.
Watch out. There it
I
is.
knew it was coming.
I saw her reaching for it.
Yeah. Because Sister J don't play.
That
No.
means keep that shit short.
He was giving us some research feedback from,
Oh,
when they
you
did
know
the
what? He gonna love it. He gonna love it. But yeah, I'll be repeating your mama in a minute.
Thank you, Omar, for that background information.
Yes.
Thank you, Omar.
Yeah, that was
Love
good.
Yes.
And for writing in twice.
Yeah.
Ah,
Keep it coming.
Love that.
yeah, keep it up, Omar. Just
keep it
KTSS.
He will. Okay, our next email is from Joseph.
Hey, Joseph.
Hey, sisters. Thank the fuck that this episode was slow as fuck. And we needed a whole damn hour to just breathe after last week's episode.
Language.
Thank you. But you know what? Joseph is
Well,
a
that
grown
was
man
me.
now, though.
I read it out
I
loud.
know,
He had AF, but I read it out. He had
Okay.
AF.
Okay.
The first fuck he did spell out, but the second one was AF. But I
Pushing
decided
it.
to
The
say it.
second fuck.
Okay, yeah.
Second fuck was
You
me.
pushing it, Joseph.
You know I like to say it.
He's a grown ass man now, though.
Yeah, he is a
grown
grown ass
now.
man now.
But true.
so
I know, but hey.
He's still our little baby, though.
Yeah.
Thank you, Sister J. Thank you.
Okay, number one, Ellie. Her breaking down when she got back into the house and was hugging Joel's jacket earned her the Sister J's Give Her an Emmy award for me.
No.
She did a great job in this episode.
Tell Josh he needs an award for that scene.
No, Joseph.
Sister J's still salty about her being salty with Joel. Okay, number two. Did y'all do the Leonardo DiCaprio pointing meme at the start of the episode when we no longer saw Joel standing next to Ellie before the title showed up?
We go.
Also, the change in weather surrounding Ellie from the snow in the previous episode
Yes.
to now spring. Love those tiny details.
Yeah.
Yes. Number 3. During that town meeting and they were counting the yes and no votes, did y'all feel like it was like watching the finale of Big Brother as Arissa is counting down the votes on who won the show? Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
But she was slower because it seemed like LA was taking forever to count.
Yeah.
Was.
I'm surprised they had Seth turn around the corner and was supporting Ellie all throughout the episode. Yeah. It was a good touch to it.
But it was
Show that
it
even
was.
though he had those
right.
comments,
But
and
it was
thoughts,
in
he still
context
had
though.
respect for
He
Joel
did,
and
what they were doing.
Yes.
Joel
Right.
was trying to do for the town. And
Right.
Yeah.
He wasn't just trying to flip flop it or you know, to me, the writers were just trying to, oh, but let's flip him, you know. It was in context, you know?
I expected that from him though, because he seems
Yeah.
like the eye for an eye type.
Exactly. Because he's old school. Them old codgers, yeah.
Number 4, wolves. Damn those people that got in the woods with the scar on the side of their cheeks. For sure we'll be coming across those with those people that slaughtered that small group of people. Yeah. Hopefully we'll find out who they were.
Yes.
Yeah, we need to know who did that.
Which group of wolves was it?
yeah, we
Right.
need to know.
And who those people were.
Who
Yeah.
they
Yes.
were. Oh yeah, and who those
Yeah.
scar
Them
people.
whistlers.
Yeah.
Listless.
Number 5, Seattle. We finally made it. And of course, this won't be an easy journey. If y'all saw next week's preview, cough, cough, Sister A, we'll be seeing an old familiar face from, take your earphones out, Westworld.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Because I watch previews.
Me
Yeah.
too.
Okay, come
I
back,
did.
Sister A.
Because I went,
Yeah!
You went.
I did it.
Can't wait for the next podcast, Joseph from Las Vegas.
Thank you,
Thank you,
Joseph. Yeah,
That's all
I
we'll
always
say
watch
about
the
that.
previews.
Me too.
I do too.
I'll be surprised when I
And
see
the
them.
making of
Yes.
the episode. I love the making of the episode.
Love.
Afterwards.
Yeah, but you know what? I do watch the making of the episode, but they didn't explain those Whistler people either.
No.
No.
You know, because I thought maybe because that's the main reason I made sure to watch it this episode because I thought they would cover who they were, like what their tribe name is or something. You know,
I think
Did
they're
he
just going
mention
to
him?
slowly introduce.
I guess
us.
so.
Reveal.
It'll be revealed
Yeah.
later.
Yeah, I guess so.
Okay, y'all, we have one more piece of feedback.
Okay.
And this
Okay.
is from Jaden.
Hey, Jaden.
Jaden.
Hello, sisters. This is Jaden from Queens. Hey,
Hey.
Queens, New York. Sister
Nice.
York. I discovered this podcast when you were discussing that lackluster final season of Game of Thrones.
Yes,
Luster.
luster.
Hashtag still fucking salty.
Theo.
Yeah, still
Still.
salty.
And how
Deal.
many years has it been? At least 8,
Don't
7,
remind us.
8?
Now let's not go
Dracarys.
into it. Let's not go into it.
But I'm just
There you
saying, I'm
go.
still salty and going to
There
always
you
be salty.
go, right
Yeah.
there.
Right, Dracarys it.
Let it
That,
burn.
you were discussing that lackluster final season of Game of Thrones, and I found you ladies absolutely hilarious. Thank you. I've been listening to you guys ever since. This is my first time ever sending feedback to you.
Yay.
I was gonna say,
Newbie.
Welcome.
welcome to the family.
Welcome.
I was going to send feedback for episode 2, but missed the deadline, sadly. Anyway, here's my thoughts. You know what? If you ever miss it, send it in because we'll read it on the next
We'll
one.
Yeah,
still,
so read it on the
yes.
next one.
We'll
Yeah.
catch it up on the next one. This was the first episode where I cried watching this show. Watching Ellie break down when she went into Joel's closet and hug his shirt was absolutely heart-wrenching. My mom watches with me and she was crying also.
Oh.
Mama.
Aw.
My favorite part of this episode is when Dina was knocking some sense into Ellie. If Dina told the truth about what she knew about WLF, Ellie would have broke out that hospital and she was in no condition to be tracking people down. That's what Joe
Yes. Yeah.
Considering the fact she was about to leave Jackson with no supplies but guns, ammo, and a few cans of food with no direction of where Seattle is located, it's safe to say Dina was right to withhold that information.
Yes. Now that's a good daggone point.
Ain't it?
Good point.
Also, on the last pod, you wanted to know about the bloater and how they get so big. So here's a quick refresher on how the infection works. There are 4 stages of infection. Stage 1 infected are called runners. They are people who are freshly infected with the cordyceps fungus. It takes 2 days at most for the fungus to take over the host. Stage 2 are stalkers. This stage happens after a few months of infection. They usually sneak up on their prey and attack when opportunity strikes. This is what attacked Ellie in the abandoned store earlier this season.
Okay. Makes sense. Okay.
Yes. So stalker. That was a stalker.
Stage 3 are clickers. This stage happens after 1 year of infection. Ooh.
Oh.
There's going to be a whole bunch of them damn clickers.
Oh, so they lose their eyesight as they get more infected.
Well, I guess as that thing grows over their eyes.
Yeah.
It blinds them.
This stage happens after 1 year of infection. They have the fungus completely covering the top part of their face, rendering them blind. They use echolocation to see, and because of the fungus growing in their body or on their body, it acts like armor, making them hard to kill. It sure do.
Yeah.
That's why you got to shoot them in the head.
Right.
But you can't get if it's all that growth is in the head.
It's not going to get through.
Because they stab them in the neck. Didn't they stab that one in the neck?
I think she did. I don't even remember where.
That's a lot of layers of fungus to get through to kill them, though.
Yeah.
Nasty.
Stage 4 are Sister A, nasty. Stage 4 are bloaters. This stage happens after at least 10 years of infection, making them a rare sight to see because it takes so long to get to this stage. Ooh. These guys are absolutely strong and very difficult to kill. Tommy is extremely lucky he survived going against one. He sure is.
Yeah.
Yes.
Anyways, this is all. I hope you ladies have a wonderful day, and I'm looking forward to hearing you guys talk about this week's episode. Jaden.
Oh,
thank you, Jaden.
Thank you, Jaden.
Wow, that's
now we
good.
know
the explanation.
Thank
I
you.
Now we know.
that.
Concise.
Yes.
Yes. So,
Yes.
And it makes perfect sense now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Dang.
We don't see a lot of them, but they're there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Cool.
Wow.
So all
So 4
those
stages.
So all
4
those
stages.
people that
We're
attacked,
fresh.
yeah, they were runners.
Fresh.
Yeah,
Most of them
because they
were
was
fresh.
running. That's why they was running.
Yeah.
Frozen
Well, I mean,
and
they all
fresh.
be running, but they didn't have all the growth yet, so they
No,
was
not
more
yet.
fresh.
Yeah,
Mhm.
So those
and
are
they
probably
could still
people
see
that,
they weren't clickers either.
No.
right? They were
No, they
people
could
that
still
had
see.
gotten killed probably on their way to
Mm-hmm.
Something. Yeah.
Wyoming.
But
Yeah.
that bloater been around 10 years or more.
10 years
years or
plus.
more.
Yeah. Wow.
Whew.
It must be some go that way and some don't, because if you're a clicker and blind, I don't know that you can turn into a bloater if you're already blind, because the bloater was seeing. He didn't have all that stuff on his eyes. You know,
I
He
thought he
clears up or
did.
something.
He did have a whole
he
lot.
had like a whole bunch.
His whole
but he could
head
still
was.
see.
Yeah.
No, he could not see because
I think he was listening. I
right.
think
He was listening because
sound.
yeah, because he was going after Maria on that roof. Remember, he was going toward her because they came in through the back, and then Joel
She
threw
was
a
shooting
brick.
his ass.
Well, but Joel threw a brick or something to get that thing's attention, and then it came
Yeah.
toward Joel. I mean,
Tommy
Tommy.
started shooting at it.
Tommy. Right.
I don't think he could see.
I'm gonna have to
No,
go back
I don't
and
think he
rewatch
can see
that.
either.
Mm.
I'm gonna have to go back and re-see.
I don't want to see it again.
No, me
Anyway, but
I'm good.
I'm good.
Yeah, I'm
but
good.
that's still pretty interesting that they have. all
Yes,
those
very
different
interesting.
kinds.
Yeah, that was
Okay.
good. Okay.
Mhm.
Well, thank all of y'all, and especially our 2 new folks.
Yay!
Yes, thank you
Yeah.
so much. Welcome.
We love it. Welcome to the family.
Yep.
Glad you have been watching. If anyone else out there has feedback to send in for any of these episodes, the season, last season, whatever, send it to sistahspeak@gmail.com and we will read it or play it on next week's episode. And this week the podcast is a little bit late because we had scheduling conflicts. But normally we record on Tuesday, so get your feedback in by around 5 o'clock Central Standard Time, U.S. time, Tuesday, and we will have enough time to read it, play it on the podcast for that week. Otherwise, we'll do it on the next one. So, sistahspeak@gmail.com, emails. We love voicemails.
Yes,
Yes.
we do.
So,
Save Sister K's throat.
And plus, we like hearing all the different accents.
Yes,
though.
we do.
Yes.
I want to hear that Queen's accent.
Yeah, come on, Jaden.
Yes.
Come on through, Jaden.
And
with
North
the
Cackalacky.
I
voicemail.
want to hear the North
And
Cackalacky.
Cackalacky.
Yeah, come
Yes.
on, Omar. Send voicemail.
We thank y'all so much for being part of the Sistahs Speak Nation. If you want to see other things that we're doing, for those that are new, we have all kinds of older shows that we talk about. You can go to sistahspeakproductions.com to get links to all of that. You can go to Patreon. We have a lot of different content on Patreon, patreon.com/sistahspeak. We're also on Facebook. We have a little private Facebook group called Sistahs Speak Nation. We have some other social media, but we're not too active on that right now.
We're on YouTube too.
Life be lifing, and I'm sure most of y'all are watching us right now on YouTube. So make sure that you like and subscribe. See us in the flesh. YouTube.com/sistahspeak productions. I think it's productions on that one. All right, that is it for now. I am Sister K.
I'm Sister J.
I'm Sister Ellen.
And I'm Sister A.
We'll see you next time.
You did that on
Bye.
purpose.
The delays be delaying.
And don't find out the hard way like Sarah did. Please do not watch the show during your lunch break. It's too much.
Yes, and now, hopefully, we are out.